The James Madison Dukes had one of the most improbable stories in college football this past season after winning the Sun Belt, going 12-2, and actually qualifying for the college football playoff as a group of 5 automatic qualifier. So they have all the momentum in the world going into 2026, as I'm going to take over them and turn them into national champions. But for the side quest for this rebuild, we have to have any running back or quarterback rush for over 1,500 yards in one season. So once we assign a starter, they get one chance per season to go 1,500. If we get it, we complete our side quest right away. This was honestly a really good suggestion that I really wanted to take up on. So if y'all excited for this rebuild as part of a series where we're rebuilding your favorite teams until the CFB27 drops, make sure to hit that like button down below, smash the subscribe button, and turn on the notifications so you guys don't miss out. Also, keep on dropping them teams down below in the comments. I've been loving all the suggestions I've been getting. I've been loving all the teams that I'm going to rebuild. Like, that Bowling Green rebuild was really fun to do the last time. So if you want to see that, I'll put a full playlist down below in the description so you guys can go check that out. But with that being said, let's get right to this rebuild. Ladies and gentlemen, our next rebuild is going to be a team that shocked everybody in the CFP, the James Madison Dukes. Their first season in the FBS was in 2022, under head coach Curt Cignetti of all people. Then they went 11-2 in 23. Then they won a bowl game in 24, being the Boca Raton Bowl. But in 2025, you will see that they shocked everybody in the college football playoff committee. They went 12-2, won a conference championship game against Troy, and they qualified for the playoff over the ACC conference champion Duke, alongside Tulane as the two group of 5 teams that qualified. So we're going to try and replicate that season and take over going forward and build that momentum to a national championship. We have 5 years to do it, so let's sign them damn papers and take over our second Sun Belt team of our rebuild series. Under Coach Curt Cignetti, he really used the transfer portal to his full advantage, but we do things completely differently around here. So we're going to take advantage of both high school recruiting and the transfer portal. That'll be an absolute given. Now, before we get into the schedule, I will mention that for the side quest, we have to have any QB or running back go for 1,500 yards in one season. Our first game against Weber State is a win. Then we lose to Louisville, we beat Liberty, we beat Georgia Southern, we beat Georgia State, we beat Louisiana, we beat Old Dominion, we beat Texas State, we beat Marshall, we beat App State, we beat Washington State, and unfortunately enough, we beat my favorite team, Coastal Carolina, in the end. So we're more than likely going to have to play Coastal a couple times during this rebuild, but if I'm being honest, it's going to hurt. Because, you know, Coastal's my favorite team. Ultimately, it's not up to me. It's up to everybody. It's up to the scheduling committee. So, before we set up our recruiting board, I want to take a look at our coaches real quick. Dean Kennedy, our offensive coordinator, is an elite recruiter. And our defensive coordinator, Colin Hitchler, is a scheme guru. So we should see the extra XP every time we win. And then the elite recruiter is 200 bonus XP for signing up recruits. So if we don't see anything above 900, that means we lose a game. That's actually a good sign to know. So, and we're going to go up the motivator pathway as well and become a talent developer. Our protection and our passing game should be set, but we want to focus on the rushing attack during this entire rebuild. So, meantime, let's set up the recruiting board. Alonzo Barnett and George Pettaway are supposed to be a really interesting tandem together. We're going to target as many 3-stars within our pipeline as we possibly can here. We at least still have interest. Corner, left tackle, athlete. Dual threat, that's a quarterback. Wide receiver, right edge. Okay. Athlete. Agile, that's a center. We don't need that. We don't need a tight end. We only needed 1 receiver. We do need 3 tackles. We can get a left tackle. How about this? We start with these 7 guys here, and then we will offer them scholarships all the way down, figure out how many hours we have left, and then we will try and set up a recruiting board based on team needs. So we'll start with these 7, and then we will scout. We'll send the line. Hey, Sony Mauga! A gem at wide receiver. As a 3-star. Welcome to the Dukes. And another gem, and Malcolm McKnight, who is a athlete, but his archetype is dual threat, so it is a quarterback. And honestly, having elite recruiter on offense helps out with the scouting, and we got another gem in Elijah Rado at right edge. Damn, 3 gems off rip. And, oh, we got our first bust at corner in Kevin Gaffney. But let's hope Brandon Bragg can save us here. Okay, so he is at least not a gem or a bust. Okay, so let's see. We can put Sonny Malga up at the top of our board. We can put Malcolm McKnight here. And we can put Elijah Rado here. And everybody else stays the same. Okay, so we have 305 hours. Let's see any other position groups that we may need. And the reason we're starting out with recruits that are interested in us because it actually gives us a huge boost based off of what we actually need. So with the already starting interest in us, it'll give us a huge boost in momentum going forward. And if I'm going to be completely honest, the uniform combinations we have here at JMU are absolutely fire. You'll see in a minute. Oh, KC Claiborne is a bust. I mean, we picked 3 running backs that we could have gotten, so it's not like it's going to be a problem for us. And Peter Ellington, a bust at fullback? Come on. Eric Takeoff. Huh. This will be Takeoff in the backfield when you play for us. And Shakir Ferrier. I don't think we have any more of the scout here. Okay, we actually got a gem at free safety with DJ Presley. And that's going to be all that we have to scout with. But at least we offered scholarships to everybody. So we're going to put DJ Presley up at the top of our gems board here. And then we're going to have to wait to scout everybody else. It'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 more players left to scout. And then we will use our starting hours to work with. So we did our coaching skills. We did our initial recruiting board. So let's get started doing the wins for the season. Okay, we already have some guys reaching their top 8, which they already have interest for. By the way, I am going to put a playlist to all the rebuilds I've done so far in this series. So make sure to go check out the playlist down below in the description so you guys can catch up on the series. Let's go by interests, and then let's start with the friends and family going all the way down here. We have a base total of 16 recruits to start with. Now, we're basically going to go full Signetti mode and then try and get recruits out of the transfer portal. But speaking of the portal, I have failed to get this particular wide receiver for the past several rebuilds up to this point. We failed to get him in for Bowling Green, and we have another chance to get him here. We failed to get him for Arkansas because he wasn't available. We couldn't get him for North Dakota State because of the time frame that we had in the transfer portal, and we were starting, and I didn't even think to get him personally because I didn't think he would transfer. But it was just a missed opportunity. But this is, if we fail at this, it'll be our 3rd fail because we got him for Nebraska, we got him for Coastal, we got him for North Texas, and we got him for Kansas. Okay, so we practically could get friends and family on every single one of our guys here. Okay, so this is making the recruiting process very easy for us. This is maybe the quickest time frame that we'll have going through a first season. And if we don't get the accurate opponents for either the conference championship or the first round playoff game, then we will play them and showcase the offense, basically. Now we're going to get into our only loss against Louisville. Okay, so Sonny Malga is ready to go for a visit. Our first top 5 on our list. So every one of these home games here is going to be a win. So we got to figure out how we can go from here. Let's go to Louisiana. Now, in this instance, since everything here is going to be a win going forward, we have to look at the arrows of influence going forward. They are a same tier opponent, and then we obviously have to look for pipelines. Now, Washington State is a high tier opponent, so we could try and book more first place guys onto Washington State before they even commit. So that's what we're going to do. And then Eric Takeoff is ready to go for a visit, and he has a comment with Washington State. That is absolutely perfect timing on his end. And surprisingly, nobody dropped because we have friends and family across the board. Okay, and we have 4 gems to look forward to. So we're going to keep things the way they are, as we are going to get to our first loss against Louisville. And look at that. Malcolm McKnight reached his top 5. Gardaki reached his top 5, so they're ready for visits. Now, I do think if we get wins, we'll definitely for sure be ranked and hopefully get the college football playoff. Hopefully. And then McKnight is ready to go, and he is a compliment for the Washington State game. Now, with our first place, guys, we should expect a soft sell here, and we'll do 30. And then we can finally do a pitch on Sonny Malga if we want the soft sell, though. Okay, perfect. Sean-Tavius Ruggins dropped, but we can't get a pitch on him now. Okay. Oh, wait, it is campus personality. Scott Gardaki's ready. Okay, Old Dominion is now a same-tier opponent. And Louisiana is now a same-tier opponent. Oh, Washington State is also a same-tier opponent. But better news is that Old Dominion is now a rivalry game. So we could try and get Old Dominion on tap for a visit. Okay, let's take some hours off of somebody who's comfortable. That way we can fix our drops. We took the hours off of 2 recruits that are very, very comfortable going forward as we sim past the bye week. Now we're going to get to the win streak. Every game up to this point, we're going to win. We're going to go 11-1 moving forward here. Sonny Malga did reach his top 3 already. What the hell? What is up with Maryland and her coordinators? And he is close to committing as well. What the hell? Playing style. Well-rounded. Are we not doing good on offense? Offensive total yards per game. You're saying 360 yards per game is not good enough for you if we end up losing at the playing style. And then defensive tackle power rushers. Like, dude, sacks. So you're saying D tackles, the DTs are not getting sacks, basically. But we're definitely going to get to the win streak and hope to fix these. Okay, we got to hope to get some commits on board, hopefully. As we're going to get Sim past our win at Liberty. And we unfortunately lost Malga to Maryland. He was that interested in him. And Georgia Southern awaits us next. So our first gem, unfortunately, is off the table. And then Hometown Hero was correct, thankfully. Let's see if we could do a sway attempt on Malcolm McKnight. So let's see if we can sway on Conference Legend to potentially get a better grade. Rado for Conference Legend was correct, so let's get the 50 on him real quick. And then Hometown Hero was correct on Presley. And then Juan Aragon needs the Brenson family still. Okay, team player was correct on Gardaki. That was very costly of me. His hit not that comfortable at all. But George Bush, he's getting up there. So let's take some hours off of him. And then focus on Evan Cribbs, who dropped. And then Eric Takeoff to Ohio and Northern Illinois. The visit really did influence him a lot. So we gotta try and do something here. Is Clemens comfortable? No, he's not, but we jumped him up on Rutgers. Okay, Juan Aragon. Okay, Aragon's still very much comfortable. So, let's see if we could do a sell to try and get Takeoff away. So, we just gotta hope the deal breaker gets fixed amongst the other guys and we get more hours off of commits so we can try and establish everything. So, let's get running backs and then let's actually focus on the offensive line next. And Takeoff locked us out and they are in a recruiting battle. Okay, at least the left tackles deal breakers are getting fixed. And the playing style for the D tackles is getting fixed, but we got locked out. But George Bush is our only accessible running back. And then Higdon dropped. So we need to get a sell on him. And then Merrick needs to jump up. And then Clemens is ready to go. Okay, the sway attempt failed on Malcolm McKnight. So we have to sell on Hometown and then do that. If we lose him out to... Yeah, we're definitely going to lose him out to Penn State. There's no getting him. Let's actually put the friends and family on Cribbs. And then do the same thing. Oh, no, we can't do the same thing. But we can do it DM here. So we just need to hope we get the deal breakers fixed before Georgia State. But really, all we got to do is just keep an eye on the recruiting board and figure things out as we go. Okay, we do have some more 3-stars hitting their top 5. And we do have visits coming up. As we get into Louisiana. No, the tackles playing style went down. But okay, the DT's playing style actually got fixed. That's actually quite huge, and he is still in first place. And then we can do Washington State for George Bush. Imagine George Bush playing for James Madison. Hilarious stuff. Okay, we got to keep the momentum going for Jeremy Merrick, but he is comfortable. So what we can do is take hours off of him, and then we can do a pitch on George Bush. Okay, Evan Cribbs was correct, fortunately. And we need to hope that these deal breakers get fixed. Even though Bragg is comfortable, but Shantavius Ruggins, the playing style, we really can't do anything about. But what about Rado? Rado is probably going to be comfortable, and then Presley is, in fact, going to be comfortable. So, again, we just got to keep on simming and just keep on going. Wide receivers is up next, and then we could do defensive line. And as we keep on winning, the XP will just keep on coming. And as we get more recruits, the XP will just keep on coming. As we did get Mello Trimble, a defensive tackle. And Evan Cribbs dropped. Why? To Rutgers? You've gotta be kidding me right now. He dropped to Rutgers? We get into the rivalry win against Old Dominion. And yeah, there is no fixing these defensive these left tackles because we're not getting enough offensive yards per game. It's just the defense that's been really getting it done in these games here. 348 yards per game. We really, really need to fix that. So there's no fixing a well-rounded well-rounded offensive tackle. There's no fixing them. Okay, we can't do any visits on DTs because there's no compliments. So what we could do is a sell on Shakir Farrier. And then Gardaki, we need to do a hard sell on. And who would have thought Melo Trimble, our last guy down our board, was the first guy to commit. So he really was the definition of last to first. Temple. Wait, is it already week 7? Okay, the visit week already happened with Temple. So we need to find some way to jump up on Evan Cribbs. Can't go Sunday player. Nah, I don't think any pitch is going to do it for us. Because what we do, it's going to be an F grade. Yeah, we just got to have to hope and pray. And then George Bush, we can do a hard sell on. And then Jeremy Merrick, we have not put any hours and attention on him because he's still comfortable up against FAU and Northern Illinois. But we want the majority of our time to be locked into the transfer portal. So we're just going to have to keep on getting some talent to fill the void regardless. So we will figure it out as we get into the game against Old Dominion, which will be a win. And we do have a couple of recruits visiting on this game. And we got to hope to get some commits somehow. There it is. We got Elijah Rado as a gem. And another one with Scott Gardaki. Beautiful. 2 commits right there off that visit. And that's a rivalry win. Perfect as we get into the bye week. And Juan Aragon needs the attention. Oh, we got a competitive. That's why we can't schedule it. Okay, so we got the hours now that we can do a hard sell. That, and then we'll do that. Get 50 on him. And then we can get 50 on Enrique Clemens, who just jumped up. We got 50 on Evan Cribbs already. But he's this close to committing to Temple. But I think he really is considering our visit week. So unless he commits right there, we do not know for sure. And we can finally put some hours on Jeremy Merrick to try and get him in his top 5 already. So the only one in question here is Evan Cribbs. We can finally fill out those tiers as soon as we get that done here. Okay, we got more commits. DJ Presley as well as DeJuan Higdon. Perfect. And we got locked out on Evan Cribbs, and they're going to have a recruiting battle. Rutgers actually jumped up to first on him. I literally just noticed that. Rutgers literally just jumped up on Temple. That really sucks. So we're going to have to pick up try and get a free safety. And then we got DeJuan Higdon. We can't do a visit yet. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to do the hard sell on his pitch here, which is going to be this. And then, so with 150 hours, we need to go back into the board and pick up some guys here. So what we can do, let's do this. We can get, oh wait, Casey. Let's actually go interest rates. We can get a wide receiver here. Mitchell Haslam is a contested specialist. Yeah, let's get Mitchell Haslam. Oh, wait a minute. Mitchell Haslam. Okay, that's a 3-star. Okay, good. We're really out here just looking for 3 stars. Fullback, oh, Peter Ellington's a bust. Casey Claiborne, a bust. So let's actually filter out the 3 stars. Wait, Josh Olshansky. And then KJ Assembly, we already have a free safety with DJ Presley. But we do need a strong safety. Let's see, halfback. We can get Brett Keaton, Kwabena Chigosium. We can get him. AJ Borgi, and that's really it on guys who are interested. So we may just have to go out and get a quarterback in the transfer portal, because really the big advantage of us starting out with guys who are interested, the big advantage of starting out with guys who are interested is to get a huge boost on their interest rates, and as we pay more attention to them. And we already offer scholarships, and that's all our hours right there in a nutshell. That's actually perfect. So as more commits come out, we get more hours back, and the more hours we get back, the better chance we have to scout them and filter out the bust. As we get Enrique Clemens here. And look at that. Everybody's still in first place. We do have 75 hours back. So now what we could... Wait. George Bush dropped to Purdue. No! No, Purdue, no! But wait, he's still in his top 5. Wait, can we... I really don't think we can. Wait a second. We could soft sell and sway. We could sway on clocked in. So now what we can do from here is scout and filter out all the busts. Including Mitchell Haslam. Come on. Oh, God damn it. Okay, but so we're basically stuck with these 14 until we get more hours. So now we have tier 3 on everything. Now let's get 4 tier on offensive line. Try and swing them away. As we get into our next victory against Marshall. Bush did reach his top 3. As we get into App State, we were also 8-1. Really? Farrier? Playing style? Wait a second. He's comfortable. He is comfortable. We keep the hours on him. He should commit. And what's his visit week? Oh, wait, they canceled his visit. No, they canceled his visit? I don't think we scheduled one, did we? Okay, so let's actually go back to the prospect list and try and get another receiver here. Dante Osman here, who could go for a quarterback. Wide receiver. Cameron Villain or... Okay, yeah, Haslam was a bust. We got David Ehedigbo here. Hey, a gem at quarterback. Dante Osman. Sweet. That's a great pull. Okay, so we scouted the rest of our guys down here, and we put the sway and sell on George Bush here. And we figure out a gem at quarterback with Dante Osman. Let's begin to App State, which is going to be a victory. Okay, he is visiting this week against Washington State, so I gotta hope the visit really influences him to come. And we unlocked the motivator tree. And we also unlocked Tactician. Okay, so we're going to go up Motivator as we get into Washington State. And then we'll go back into the recruiting as we get into our last visit possible game against Washington State. And then Chagosium is ready to go. But we can only get a pitch on him. Okay, oh, the sway attempt failed. Wait a second! Purdue pulled his offer! Let's go! Purdue pulled his offer! Holy shit! Okay, we can actually do the hard sell and do everything else to try and pull George Bush away from Purdue. They actually pulled his offer. No shot, guys. We can actually try and get Mr. President to come on board as we get into our last victory against Washington State. And then Juan Aragon... Oh my god. Army got to him. Okay, we got our first rank at 24th as we get into our final game against my favorite squad, Coastal Carolina. I hate to have to play them. But why did Juan Aragon drop? I don't get it. He can't do anything else here. Oh, the visit influenced him. That's why. The visit influenced him. And then Shakir Ferrier is still fighting to try and commit to us, but his playing style, deal breaker, is throwing me off here. So we just need to hope that we get these pitches correct. Okay, thank God we got Standard Bearer right on Chagosium. Okay, we have 6 commits so far. And Dante Osman actually reached first place. So now what we could do is just give friends and family. And then nobody else offered him, so we are staying calm and collected on him. Okay, so if the recruiting board stays the way it is, and we beat Coastal Carolina, let's check our conference standings for a second. We should be first in the Sun Belt. Okay, so it is going to be against Southern Mississippi. So we're going to have to play and beat the brakes off of Southern Miss in the conference championship game and win it. Because in reality, our conference championship game was supposed to be against Troy. But since we got Southern Miss, we have to play and win that game. Okay, because, oh, they offered him back. And now we're in a recruiting battle. God damn it. Alright, so our conference championship game against Southern Miss, we have to play and win this game. Okay, so now we can go to down the motivator path and unlock that for next season. Purdue actually offered him back, and let's hope that, and we need to hope that we can keep a hold of him. All right, AJ Borgie needs a pitch, so we can get that done. But now, when we get into the transfer portal period after the bowl game and everything else, we will see, obviously, if we can pick up and follow through with our game plan. We lost on Aragon, ultimately to Army. He'd rather serve the military than serve for James Madison. That really sucks. Okay, so full disclosure, I did not mean to say this to disrespect our members of the military and our armed forces. I do love that they serve us, and I do thank them each and every day for their service. So no disrespect, just wanted to provide some context. But we'll keep our coordinators the way they are as we get into our actual first play game of this rebuild against Southern Mississippi. So now that we're on this side, let's check out our uniform combinations. So for JMU, these are the classic home uniforms, the purple jersey with the whites on top and bottom, and then the aways reversed, but except still with the white helmet. And then we have a gold helmet with the Duke Bulldog sitting there with the black alternates. And then home options, we have the gold JMU logo helmet with gold pants, and then the aways, all white look, pretty kick-ass. And then, okay, home option has the gold JMU logo. Away option 2 as the gold pants with the whites. Okay, and these are pretty much it. So I think we'll stick with these here as we get into this game. Our first play game of the rebuild against Southern Miss, which is our conference championship. So we're going to have to win to keep this realistic. All right. There's the Duke as we get into this game against Southern Mississippi, which we're going to play and win. And we get the ball second to start the game off here. So let's practice actually what our run game is going to look like. For the side quest, we have to have a 1,500-yard rusher, whether it's a QB or it's a running back. And with QB Alonzo Barnett, we definitely hope to have to stay around in JMU, because he could definitely use his legs to take off and run. He actually got around 2 defenders there. So we just got to hope the read option. It's a tight end. Pfeiffer's in motion. And he crashed, which means Barnett can take off. Okay, he's got 3 there. And if I'm being honest, if we could keep Alonzo Barnett around instead of the transfer portal, that would honestly be really sick to have him around for at least 1 more year. Oh, wait. Oh, no, he lost the football. Pick it up, O-line. Okay, we got it. All right, so we're going to have to run the football here with Knight here. Okay, he read that perfectly. Well, we just got to hope our kicker can make a 53-yard field goal, which I think he can't. Oh, wait. That was wide. Oh, I am so off in the kicking game. Okay, good news is that they punted. But we're backed up at the 3-yard line. Okay. Guard, how do you let him get around you? Okay, his name is Wayne Knight. And I think he's a sophomore, senior, if I'm not mistaken. So we have to hope that Wayne Knight. Okay, he is a junior, so unless he transfers, he may be around for 1 more season. Beautiful ball by Barnett, and as long as he can catch it, and they scored a touchdown first. I need a lot of time to get used to this offense. It's a good thing we kept it with Wayne Knight. Yeah, get rid of it. Nothing's open. I was so focused on getting away from the pressure. All right. Let's actually put a quadruple slant there with Pfeiffer. Yep. Come on, dude. Just make the catch. Okay, they punted, but with 2:22 left to go in the first half. And, of course, Barnett's getting cold. And we can't run the ball. This D-line be too big. That's a beautiful ball for that's for Kyle, our tight end. So we actually got some offensive burst right there with that catch. Get upfield, Wayne Knight. Alright, that's a dump to Logan Kyle for a first down. Okay, we got it. 2nd and inches, though. Come on, Wayne. Get upfield. All right, we got the first there. Oh, yeah. That was poorly read. That's a first down for him, and that's a timeout for Southern Miss. And that guy was DeGennaro. Oh, yeah. Wayne Knight's got a hole. Get in the end zone! And he does for the first score of our rebuild. Okay, and they didn't have enough time, and we get the ball back to start the second half. Ah, come on. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I thought that would result in a pick. Okay, there is too high. There's a too high look here on defense. But, yep. Just dump it off, Barnett. Great. Because of that, we're going to have to punt now. A blocked punt! Are you kidding me? A blocked punt? That is unbelievable. That's the first time that's happened to me in the entirety of the rebuild series. We never had a punt blocked on us. And they kicked a field goal, but Wayne Knight is going to get upfield and because he's mad. I have never had a punt blocked on me in the entirety of my playing career, but that's my first ever blocked punt. Well, a blocked punt that went against me, obviously. Oh, nice cut upfield by Knight. Oh, crap.
Get over here!
Come on! Keep completely forgetting that Barnett has the legs. Yeah, and really just ran into that tackler. Yeah, well, at least that's not getting blocked, but it is going to go out the back of the end zone. Not what we wanted. Well, and they ended up punting. This is a very, very messy game here. Like, nobody's catching the ball. Our run game is not coming together. There's something about this Southern Miss defense I just can't get past. Like, I don't know what it is. No, do not let this guy wrap you up from behind. Okay, there's a one-high safety look on Sanchez. So, honestly, I could just send them on the corner. That is unless they play zone on it. Okay, they played zone on it. Damn it. All right, we're going to have to take off with Barnett and pick up a first down. We got the comeback route like it's money to Ellis. Oh, God. No!
Oh, no.
They sent the blitz and made me throw it. And they scored off of it. They sent the blitz and made me score off of it. Wait a second. Landon Ellis is a speedster. So unless the safety crashes over on him. No, the safety crashed on him. And I can't. I really can't with this Southern Miss defense. Like, and this backer is still sitting pretty on Barnett. Like, what is this defense? Come on. That was by far one of my stupidest runs I ever made. Like, that backer was just sitting pretty. All eyes on the quarterback. Come on. Hit Pfeiffer. Pick up a first. All right. We need to get upfield quick, and we need to stop on defense. Come on. Ah, we got hit as we threw. Wait, could we get Pfeiffer on the streak here? With one high safety? Oh, no, we can't. No! I thought we could get him. Oh, my God. What is this pressure coming from the backside? Like, I can't do anything against this. No. Oh, way to spin out of the pocket. We got a first down with Barnett. Come on. They're more than likely playing zone on this. Yeah. Alonzo Barnett. Slide. Okay, we need to get into the end zone before the 2-minute mark. Which, I don't know if it's going to happen. Now we have 3:05 left to go. Okay, what a catch, though. Okay, yeah. That's a beautiful dot. Logan Kyle is in, but problem is... And they ran down the clock on us. And we're going to lose our conference championship game. So we need to win the bowl game and keep it realistic. We may have lost the conference title game, but we are going to at least win our bowl game to keep things realistic and go 12-2. And we're going to end up playing in the Myrtle Beach Bowl against UTSA. Wait a second, Myrtle Beach Bowl! We're playing on the Coastal Teal Turf! Okay, that's actually really sick. UTSA, who are 7-5 out of the American Conference. And we obviously need to win this game to keep it realistic to 12-2. And we're going to move right into 2026. Alright, this is a UTSA team out of the American Conference. We're up 17-13 going into the fourth quarter. Okay, that's actually a good defense to run the screen pass against. And that is DeGennaro for a first down. You know what? Because of that respect, let's actually put him on a fade. See if he can beat someone deep. Oh, no, the safety got there. Okay, Barnett. He's going to run it with Barnett. You got a lot of yardage to pick up now. All right, that's a good run back. No! Oh, why did I even throw that? And Wayne Knight is hurt. Among all our players here. Great. Okay, well, good news is he's back for this drive. Probably something minor. God damn it. Wait, Ayo Adei! I forgot they picked him up in the portal this past season. I completely forgot. So I did research on this team before I started this rebuild, right? And they picked up this guy Ayo Adei out of the transfer portal. I completely forgot about that. So, Barnett, you got to take off. Get out of bounds before you get hurt. Okay. Oh, let's go. Landon Ellis on the comeback route. Up to the 50. Right, all we really want to do now is just maintain this lead. Then if Ayo Adei has to be the guy to do it, he's going to have to be the guy to do it. Whoop. Whoop. Okay, that was a great run there by Adei. Wait, and also there's George Pettaway. I forgot we had 3 running backs. Wayne Knight, George Pettaway, and then Ayo Adei. I completely forgot about that. I wonder where Wayne Knight came from, though. Probably the portal. All right, Ayo Adei Another first down, and that's their final timeout. That was a beautiful ball there to Logan Kyle. It looks like they're playing man up on the screen pass here, so I'm going to peek the out route and then look to the screen. Okay. He got the blocks! Oh, but he's up to the 1. All right, let's hope Ayo can get a hole open near the end zone, and he does! Touchdown, Ayo. Okay, 24-19, and we got their onside kick, so we can kneel it out and keep things realistic. We're going to win our bowl game and keep the same record of 12-2 in 2025. So think of the bowl win as a consolation for losing our conference championship, basically. It looks like Oregon ended up being Duke in the national championship game. Yep, and that's exactly what happened. UNLV got in. Huge shout out to them. And they actually beat BYU as a 12 seed. But they got knocked out by Duke. Number 1 Indiana got knocked out by Texas Tech. Unfortunate for Mendoza. Ohio State got to the second round but lost to Oregon. But that was with Jeremiah Smith. Now I gotta hope that a particular receiver from there is gonna be available on the table. I'll tell you who he is in a second. But I do know, if you're a fan of this series, I think you know exactly who I'm thinking about. And Barnett, championship contender, extremely low. Wayne Knight, the pro potential. Oh yeah, we're basically gonna lose basically everybody here to the transfer portal. So let's see if we can try to get Barnett. No. Wayne Knight. No. Okay. What about DJ Barksdale? No. Carter Swayze. No. Tyler Brown? No. Why is nobody being convinced to come back? Yeah, nobody's being convinced to come back. Yeah. So we're gonna have to refill up on everybody we lost in the portal. And who knows? If we can get Barnett back and try and convince him, that would be amazing. If we can get him back. But any draft results? Okay, we did get a right tackle going round 7 of the NFL draft. So congratulations to them. Unless Northern Illinois jumps up on Shakir Farrier and he stays out of first place, there's no hope in fixing him. But David Ihedigbo, I don't even know how to pronounce his name. So we'll start week 1. Okay. So we just needed the visit on first place here. So let's see if this particular wideout is available in the transfer portal. I want Quincy Porter back for James Madison. Let's hope he does get in the transfer portal so we can try and get him locked. No, I don't think he's there. I don't think he's there again. Oh, I think he stayed. Yeah, he stayed. There are no wide receivers on the table. And Micah Ford chose to stay too in Stanford. Yeah, I am really, really disappointed we couldn't get Quincy Porter. But there is a transfer sophomore here, Malachi James, that we could go after. There's a D tackle who's first, and then there's... Oh, wait, not Steer. Addison. We can go after him. Oh, wait a second. Are there any 4-star transfers? Oh! Coy Parrish! We have a chance to get Coy Parrish! Let's go. We still have a chance to get Coy Parrish. Teo Johnson, we really don't need. He's also a 4-star transfer. We can also get Xavier Brown from Alabama. And Alonzo Barnett ended up blocking us out. Oh, Deuce Robinson from Florida State. I completely forgot about Coy Parrish being on the board. Colton Hood from Tennessee. We could potentially swipe. Oh, Gerard Pringle from Miami LaSalle. He was a part of the Nebraska rebuild, in case you forgot. Kerry Brown from Minnesota as well. Oh, we can't get DJ Pickett. Dude, I completely forgot that Coy Parrish was on the board. He is there! Lincoln Cure! We can snipe him for his true freshman season. Okay, we can try and snipe him. I want this guy, Lincoln Cure, to be my starting tight end. And we can also try and snipe Coy Parrish, too. And it looks like... Oh, Cam Pruitt from Miami. We can snipe him. Obviously, Coy Parrish is going to be at the top of our board. And then we also have Lincoln Cure at the top of our transfer board, too. So let's offer him. And then send the house. And then same goes for Coy Parrish, too. And matter of fact, he's first interested, so he'll definitely be a key piece on our defense. So we'll put him above everybody else here. Even our quarterback. And then we also need Lincoln Cure to be our top guy, so we're going to put him at the top of our board. And we're also getting 2-star transfer Nasir Addison, who could potentially be a 4-star out of high school with his development. Because remember, a 3-star transfer is potentially a 5-star out of high school with the stats that they have. So if we can land as many 4-star transfers as we possibly can get, it would absolutely fill up our roster gratefully here. And we did get a commit. We got George Bush. So he's going to be the running back of the future in James Madison. So Coy Parrish is in first. Lincoln Cure is also in first. So we got George Bush. And then Dante Osborne is ready to go. And we don't have much to offer in first place here. And we have to fight for Xavier Brown with USC. So we got to make sure that none of them like drop interest. And we got to hope that any high scores that we could get, they commit. No commits out of high school. Unfreaking believable, man. Okay, Coy Parrish is actually ready to go for a visit now. And he is a compliment with week 4. And Influencer was correct. Okay, so we can keep a hold of this. And then Lincoln Cure is ready to go with Dante Osman. And it's championship contender. Okay, we got some high school commits. Let's just hope Jeremy Merrick is not the only one. Okay, we got Chigosium. Okay, Coy Parrish is in second. No, we gotta fight for him. We gotta fight for him. And we have 245 hours to do it. He's got a visit week this week. So the influence can really help out a lot. Let's actually try. Let's actually pull a hard sell. Okay, Lincoln Cure is still in first place, thank the Lord. But we do have enough to try and do a sell. And lock him. Yeah, he's gonna commit. And then we got Jeremy Merrick to commit. And we also got Quebetta Chigosium. All of our high school guys are still in first place. Malachi James, surprisingly, is still in first place. And KJ Miles is still in first place. Oh, playing time with Deuce Robinson. Who's the wide receiver taking over him? And what's with the playing time deal? Oh, wait. Bryson Graves. Do we have... No. Playing time shouldn't be a concern. Let's just hope this works by the end of the transfer portal period. Let's hope that we get everybody that we can get. Let's hope we get everybody we want here. We want Coy Parrish and we want Lincoln Cure. Those are our top targets right now. We got oh, wait, did we lose out on Parrish? That's Brett Keaton, AJ Borgie, David here at wide receiver, Russell Keiser. Okay, that's a good pickup. Quentin Dunham, a fullback. Lincoln Cure, we got a tight end. We at least got Lincoln Cure. KJ Miles. Samuel Harris, he was very well comfortable. Matt Gerlitz at quarterback. Got Josh Olshansky here at right tackle. Nasir Addison. That's a good pick. Xavier Brown! Let's go! 4-star corner. And we got Cam Pruitt. Beautiful. Malachi James, that's a good pickup. Weston Bryan, huge. Ty Jackson, AJ Hoffler. Okay, so we're getting some of the transfers that we picked up. Renell Johnson, Trent Ramsey. We got a kicker and punter. We did get the kicker, and we did get the punter. Okay, so we got our special teams basically set, and we got Kylan Webb. But we basically got, and yeah, we lost out on Coy Parrish to USC. But we got a crap ton of transfers coming into this. And we lost Bryson Graves to Jacksonville State, of all teams. But we got everybody else, including Xavier Brown, to be our 4-star corner transfer. We're the top class in the Sun Belt. Top 50 in the entire nation. With 1 4-star, 28 3-stars, and 3 2-stars. Okay, and we raised our prestige up to a 2-star so we can start chasing after some 4-star recruits coming out of high school going into 2026. Kicker is at an 88 overall as a senior, and he's our highest overall player. So at quarterback, we're going to have J.C. Evans, Weston Bryan with impact development, Dante Osborne with star development. At running back, we have a huge tandem. We have George Pettaway, who's going to be our starter. We got Quebetta Chigosium, as well as Malachi James, George Bush, and Samuel Harris. So we're going to be decent at that running back field. Wide receivers, we got Landon Ellis, Renell Johnson, Kyrie Barber, Dylan Williams, David Digbo. So our guy to really look out for is David here, as well as Landon Ellis. Tight ends, Lincoln Cure with star development going into his sophomore season. That is a huge pickup. Okay, Xavier Brown went up to a 91. George Pettaway went up to a 87. Lincoln Cure went up to an 80. Kylan Webb actually went up to an 80 at free safety. So let's check out the rosters. Quarterback, so J.C. Evans is going to be our starting quarterback at a 77. George Pettaway is going to be the starter as an 87. Wideouts. Landon Ellis at 84. Ronell Johnson at a 77. Kyrie Barber at a 72. And tight ends. Lincoln Cure is at an 80 overall. He's going to be our star. So, oh yeah, custom conferences. To the Pac-12 goes Boise State, Colorado State, Fresno State, San Diego State, Utah State, and then leaving the Sun Belt is Texas State. And then going into the Sun Belt is Louisiana Tech. Going from Conference USA is UTEP to the Mountain West. Then from the MAC is Northern Illinois to the Mountain West. That's all the conference moves. So let's zip ahead and see our schedule for next season and see how our training results affected everything. Let's see. So we're starting out as a 76 overall with a 79 ranked defense and a 74 ranked offense. It's not that pretty at all. I really can't complain at all. So custom schedules. We got Liberty, San Diego State instead of Virginia Tech. So do we have UConn anywhere? Okay, we do. We do have UConn. We do have Troy on here. Good. We do not have Southern Miss on here. And we do have App State. Okay, good. So we have Liberty first week, but we do have to move Liberty down because of the FCS game down here. Okay, we got Liberty week 1 and then FCS. And then instead of Virginia Tech, we should do San Diego State. Okay, we're good. Old Dominion, there. Marshall is there. Georgia Southern, there. Georgia State, there. App State, there. Troy, there. Southern Miss is not there. In place of Louisiana Tech. Southern Miss should be here, not Louisiana Tech. And then we have UConn and then Coastal Carolina. So our schedule is basically accurate except for Southern Miss in place of Louisiana Tech. Alright, so let's set up our initial recruiting board going forward. We do have more hours to use here. So let's try and target some 4-stars. See if we can get them interested. Hey, we got a gem in Alex Yusoff as a 4-star corner. We are going to take that all day long. Oh, what Boston Soma Amore. And Max Sherman, running back. Come on. That had to be a bust. Okay, so every single one of our players we got so far is on defense. So let's get back to the 3-stars. So we only have 225 hours left to scout the rest of these guys here. So once again, we'll go by interest rates and we'll scout as needed. There we go. We got a gem at athlete, which is a Mike linebacker, Dennis McMillan. We're going to take that all day long. Okay, so can we find another offensive player to scout? No, we cannot. Damn. Okay. So we're going to hold up like this for right now as our initial recruiting board as we're just sim past here. And let's go ahead and pick the games that we're going to decide on. Okay, we already got a first place update here. So let's go ahead and pick the games that we're going to go through here. So we got Liberty to start, and then FCS East, then San Diego State, then Troy. I would honestly prefer these to be conference games. Okay, we have 4 straight road games. Yeah, damn. Okay, we got 4 straight road games. So I'm going to want to play Old Dominion with that rivalry game. I want to play Old Dominion. So definitely Old Dominion's definitely going to have to be a game to play. But personally, I think I should just let it ride out and see where it takes us from here. Okay, so first, wait, why is it like that? Okay, so we did get a gem somewhere. Yeah, it was Dennis McMillan. Okay, so we're gonna put him at the top of our gems list. No, wait, I remember Alex Yusoff is a 4-star. So let's send the house on our 4-star, and let's do friends and family on all the other guys. Okay, so we got friends and family on everybody else except for Chuck McCaskill here. He's already in first place, but we did get the send the house on Alex Yusoff. So we're going to sim past the bye week and then get the trust in the sim here. I mean, this defense is already really, really promising for what it looks like. Okay, Caesar Strong 5th, but everybody else is 1st. So we sim past the bye week and figured all that out. As we get into Liberty, who is already 1-0. So let's see what they did. Okay, this, again, honestly, should be very winnable if we can get the win here. Okay, so recruiting should be fine, but Caesar, okay, Calvin Cush dropped to 2nd. Caesar Strong dropped to 5th because of what other teams offered him. But from what it looks like, we're still gonna have to fight for these guys here. So let's wait. Is Yusoff? Okay, yeah, Yusoff is a 4-star gem, so we're definitely gonna have to fight for him. We need to send the house on him as we sim past Liberty. Now, Old Dominion is definitely gonna have to be a game that we're going to have to play. And I definitely would want to keep the games to conference play that we should play. Unless we get, like, some top 25 game. We actually lost to Liberty. Is this some kind of a joke? What the hell is happening here? Here we got McMillan in his top 5, but what in the hell happened? I wonder what the final was. We should just stack up that Old Dominion game if we get any quick visits. Okay, Trevor Dever is ready. Let's get him on for the Troy game. Let's actually get him on for the Georgia State game. And then Mike Aldrich is ready. Yep, the Old Dominion game. And then Caleb Whitaker is ready. And yep, the Old Dominion game. I swear, if we lose to FCS East, I don't know what the deal is. I'm gonna have to check the final on that game. Okay, we did get our get back. Okay, 28-22. So they somehow, some way, and they're 3-0. I literally just realized that. So they ended up coming back at some point. Wait, hold on. I gotta see exactly what happened here. Okay, so they probably scored late in the game and took over. Hold on. So we led the entirety of that offensive game plan. Oh, we turned the ball over, and that was we did get an interception, but we turned the ball over. We had 457 total yards of offense, but we gotta keep in mind of our side quests too. So we're gonna look at the team stats real quick and figure out who exactly is the star to look after. So George Pettaway currently has 127 rushing yards, so he's definitely gonna be the starting running back that we're gonna have to watch out for. J.C. Evans, he threw the interception that cost us the game against Liberty, but he already has 4 passing touchdowns and 547 passing yards. And he has 127 rushing yards, but they've been working in tandem together. So yeah, George Pettaway is gonna have to be the star here. Okay, let's actually give no, he's not the final comment for the Old Dominion game. Let's actually give him the Coastal Carolina game because he is in fact in first place. No! So we're gonna have to go back and try this again. No, not the Troy game, the Coastal game. And we want playing style, not conference prestige. Thank you. Okay. So let's actually hit him with a soft sell. We know it's clocked in. And then give him the friends and family on top of that. Favorite him, favorite at the top. Okay. Nothing ever happened. Okay. And then we can get rid of this and then do a soft on Dennis McMillan. We have to sim past the bye week, figure out what to do before we get into San Diego State, which honestly needs to be a must win. All right, San Diego State, 2-1, and yeah, this needs to be a must win. Brian Abraham to playing style? Are you kidding me? What is with the playing style? What is his? Okay, gap specialist DTs. Defensive rush yards per game. We're allowing too much rushing yards per game. That is just pathetic. Okay, let's give Caesar Strong the Coastal game. Okay, Clockton was correct on Yusoff. House call was incorrect on McMillan. So not only have we been terrible at getting... Okay, it is prime time player. So we've been doing an awful job at guessing our pitches at this point. We just did him. Hometown Hero was correct on Drango. Star Search was correct on Gay. And Conference Legend was wrong on Caleb Whitaker. So it is Hometown Hero. Unfreaking believable. Okay, we're still comfortable on Chuck McCaskill. But even though the sell was correct on Brian Abraham, we've been doing terrible on defense, allowing defensive rush yards. So we're just gonna hope that we need to beat San Diego State. Which again, I don't trust this sim at all. I really don't trust this sim at all. Okay, thank God we did beat San Diego State. Thank God we did that. Okay, we're getting into conference play. First against Troy. So, let's see. Troy, yeah, this should be very winnable. But then again, we did lose to Liberty. We need to hope that the deal breaker got fixed. Okay, the deal breaker did in fact get fixed. So, now what we can do is take advantage and do a hard sell because we know his pitch. And then Caesar Strong. The clutch was correct. And then Eli Curtin. And he is a compliment with the Coastal game. Isaiah We're getting visits left and right, guys. So we gotta hold off on Isaiah Paris so we could possibly do a sell. And Don Weil is ready to go. And we gotta hold off on that. So we need to hope that we beat Troy. And we need to get a boost in conference play. So we need to sim until we get to Old Dominion, and then we'll figure out where to go from here in conference play. So this is really making me question in terms of if I should have played this. We definitely should have simmed it. Okay, we beat Troy. Whew. All right. Now we got Old Dominion. This is one of the games that we gotta play. Calvin Cush, who needs one, and we're gonna have to hold off on a visit because we have way too many of one position. Wait, why did Penn State and Maryland? You go figure it'd be Penn State and Maryland. So we're gonna have to sway on the clutch and then soft sell on clocked in, and that's it. That's all we can really do. Everybody else jumped up, possibly. And nobody dropped out with the visit at Old Dominion. So we got to play this game and lock this bitch up. Yeah, we got to lock this bitch up here. So let's see. Let's see our alternates. Yeah, we should make this our blackout as our rivalry game. So let's get it moving. All right. Old Dominion. Our first rivalry game that we're going to end up playing. So let's get rocking and rolling. And to be honest, we want Liberty to be our only loss. And with George Pettaway being our starting running back, we want him to go off. So we're going to get the ball to him, and we're going to get going here. As George Pettaway says, get off him. And he's got the first down. Beautiful. I'm still shocked that the holes are clogging up, even though we do have a lot of openings. Yep, Lincoln Cure right on the dot for a first down. We can't forget about our trusty tight end. Okay, George Pettaway. What a cut! Just don't get tackled, bro. Oh, and of course the linebacker came up and filled the gap. Yeah, that's just a prime example of covering that play very perfectly. All right, second down. Come on, get to the outside, Pettaway. And Lincoln Cure is able to hold on, but the problem is it's 4th and 5. I don't know how well J.C. Evans is as a runner, so. Come on, get up. We got the first down. All right, we're up to the 1, though, so we're going to have to hand it off. Okay, at least J.C. Evans is a dual threat quarterback, which is the same archetype that Alonzo Barnett was. So we're getting very similar traits here as Pettaway gets a touchdown to kick us off. And they're going to punt. So this is an Old Dominion team that we should be running the scoreboard up on. Wait a second. Nobody's covering Lincoln Cure. Nobody is covering him. We can put the toaster in on defense. And oh my god, that was a bad throw. Even after I made the adjustment, I still couldn't get it. All right, second down. Yeah, everybody should be covered. Come on, thread inside, thread outside, Pettaway. No, I got clogged up. I will give him the benefit of the doubt. That hole really clogged up really quick. All right, 4th down. Underneath. Oh, come on! Holding? Or is that PI? Illegal block in the back. They're going to decline it and get the ball. Wait a minute. How come we still got the ball? I don't know. How come we still got the ball? Rifle it downfield for Lincoln Cure. First down. Wait, that kind of counts as a rush, but still, really, I don't think I caught it. Come on, Pettaway. Cut upfield, George Pettaway. That's a first down. Yeah, man, Pettaway's wide open. What a cut! That's a receiving touchdown, so it's not going to count towards his rushing stats. We need to let him get going. We really need to invest in offensive linemen come the transfer portal period. Oh, come on! Because these holes are clogging up way too fast, and we can't even get the ball off a lot of times. Wait. Inside shade. Lincoln Cure! First down! I know that seems kind of cheese to put Lincoln Cure on a streak a lot of times on 3rd down, but it works! Oh yeah, that's a wide open hole. George Pettaway! Use your speed! In for the touchdown! As if that last touchdown didn't count, this one did. So that one counted towards his stats right there. Ah! Wait, we got 2 off that. He's got 101 yards so far. We want him to really go off for 1,500 this entire season with like 8 games left. Wait, I think we have Lincoln Cure downfield, but we don't. See if that outside backer drops back. He didn't. It's like, no. Oh, the ball got jarred loose. And we're backed up to our own 4. What a cut by Pettaway. He's got a first down. 16 attempts for 117 yards. Oh, I just realized it's the back half of the 2-minute warning. I guess we're going to have to pass that. The running game's not going to work. Oh, Lincoln Cure.
Nope.
No! No. No. No! Come on! We can't tackle to save our frickin' lives. And that backer literally lurked over and made that pick. Wait a second. Can we hit Landon Ellis? No, we can't. And we can't run it out with J.C. Evans. Oh, come on. No! Okay, now we're really starting to get worse. Wait, can we send Cure on the streak, possibly? Oh, no, we can't. We gotta dump it down. Ah! 4th and 1, so we might as well just take the shot. Okay, that's a beautiful dot. Lincoln Cure! He's off to the races! Come on. Get out. Get out! Oh, come on. I really thought he had the legs for it. Wait, that's an eligible offensive lineman that we put out there. No shot. Wait, what am I doing? We have all 3 timeouts. What am I doing? Wait. Oh! He just got hit hard. What was I thinking not using a timeout? Oh, but we're still going to be up 21-7. But hey, at least we got the ball back with 3:31 left in the second half. Oh. Ah! Okay, now no holes are starting to open up now. Okay, not going to lie, that was a pretty good get back by Petaway. 20 carries for 126 yards. So he's averaging 6.3 yards a carry. We're going to have to use and abuse Petaway any chance we get. That's a great run there by Petaway. Okay, we got 3 off that. Oh, we can step up and run with J.C. Evans, though. Okay, that was a pretty solid cut for a first. Whoop. No! Alright, we got a decent amount off that. Oh, no! Yeah, we're just gonna kick a field goal. Bang. Right down the pipe. 24-7. Play it safe while we're up 2 scores. And we're still up 24-7. We're gonna get the ball to, I guess you could say, start the 4th quarter. Oh. Oh! Oh, I really thought we had a breakout with Petaway. Oh, what a burst of speed by Petaway! He's able to get the first down off that. He's already have 173 rushing yards. And 3 total touchdowns. Ah, we didn't get anything there. Get off of Petaway. Get off him! Alright, that's one of their guys. Oh, yeah. Ah, we can get out. He's at 193 yards total rushing. And it's not even the end of the game. Petaway! All the way! 4 touchdowns this game for George Petaway. Yeah, this is complete domination of Old Dominion at this point. Alright, we got a first down. At this point, this is just complete domination. At this point. And we're going to hand it off to George Petaway. Oh, he's still on his feet! Get off of this man! And there, with that, he's at 200 yards. Really, the goal was for him to get like 200 yards a game, and this is what we're giving him. No, he's hurt now! Oh, God. Lincoln Cure was ran into. How come he wasn't interfered with? All right, well, we got Malachi James in the game now, one of our transfers. But, yeah, just get the ball off. Field goal it is. All right. Way to get that kick off. And that's still not going to matter. We're going to destroy Old Dominion and make those recruits happy with a win 34-7. But let's take a look at these stats really quick. 227 yards and 3 rushing touchdowns. Even 2 broken tackles as well. Off of 30 carries. So we average over 7 yards a carry at this point. So that win was big for us to get to 4-1. And honestly, if we do good in the Sun Belt, we'll be fine. We got Dennis McMillan. We also got Caleb Whitaker. Oh, we got locked out by USOF. But Ryan Abraham, we're in a recruiting battle with Oregon. Oregon dropped. And then you go figure. Player of the game beat George Petaway. And he also won National Offensive Player of the Week. Overall, that was a great game for him. So now we can decide what to do here. So we should play App State. We got our rivalry win against Old Dominion. We should play Appalachian State, but I do think that we should trust the sim with these two and play UConn, and then play App State. So that's going to be our next little objective here. But now Georgia State. And then Cameron Center is actually ready to go for a visit, but the Coastal Carolina game. Okay, at least the clutch was correct on Calvin Cush. That meant the clutch was correct. And we are in a recruiting battle right now with Oregon. If we can get him before week 9, that would be insane. And James Fournette needs the clocked in cell. Okay, the clutch was correct for Caesar Strong. And he did jump up to 2nd. Definitely are going to have to compete with Texas Tech. Hometown Hero was correct on Cole Drango. Okay, it's about time we give Trevor Dever his first sell. So let's go with a soft sell, which was correct on Eric Gay, but he's in first place. Willie Eckenham. Okay, Maryland, we're going to lose out. We're going to lose out on him. And we're still fine with 16 high school recruits as we get into Georgia State. So I think what we should do is we should play App State and then play UConn. And then trust the sim on Coastal Carolina. Because if my favorite team somehow beats this team, beats us. I don't know what the possibility of that is. Okay, we did get a commit. We got Mike Aldrich at free safety. And then Strong did reach his top 3, but we have to compete with Texas Tech. I swear, this Georgia State team just loves to beat us. Like, for the past several rebuilds that we played Georgia State, we've always lost against them. We lost 24-20. I swear, they just love to beat us. Like, I don't understand why. I don't know why this team just loves to beat us so bad. Georgia Southern, we need to get a get back. And because of that loss, Abraham dropped to Oregon. Could we do playing time in proxy? Wait, could we sway on Star Search, possibly? And try and get a better grade off of it? Yeah, we could try and sway on that. And then we could do a soft sell on that. We did get Mike Aldrich, though. So that's a good addition to our defensive back score. Oh, my God, no. Dom Wild, no! We can't lose anymore. We really can't lose anymore. I just don't trust this sim anymore. If I'm being honest, I really do not trust this sim anymore with these games. Okay, we did get Cole Drango, but we did beat Georgia Southern. So you're telling me that we can beat Georgia Southern, but we can't beat Georgia State. Well, alright, we got Coastal Carolina. Oh, see, that's why we couldn't put any hours on him. Because nobody wanted him, because he was a bust. Wow, Chuck McCaskill. Why betray me like that? We had you on our board only for you to end up being a bust. So all we need to do is just convert what we know is correct. And then we need to try and turn this into hard stuff. Wait, aspirational. Okay, we got 4 commits so far, and we still have 14 recruits. So we're going to need to sim past Coastal Carolina and hope we can win and get the recruits that we have for that game before we get into Appalachian State. Jesus, I still can't believe that we lost to frickin' Georgia State. Every time we sim ahead past Georgia State, it seems like that the Georgia State game always needs to be a played game. Like, I don't understand why. They just love to beat me in sims. Like, don't understand. Alright, Coastal Carolina. Yeah, this should be yet another easy one. Their future is not as bright. I mean, I did, in fact, rebuild them and take them over, but still, their future is not as bright. Okay, we swiped away Caesar Strong, so we definitely did win, more than likely. Yep, we beat Coastal Carolina. Get into our next playing game against Appalachian State. So, with that win against Coastal, we are, in fact, bowl eligible. So, let's do an extra bit of recruiting here. And, matter of fact, Caesar Strong was actually our first 4-star commit. Big props for him for changing his mind. No, Dom, why? Oh, Iowa State? You would choose Iowa State over us, bro? Come on. Alright, I guess we can use the rest of these to convert ourselves here. Okay, at least Star Search was correct on Eric Gay, so we need to convert that. Okay, so I know for a fact that the sway definitely did work, perhaps, when it came down to it. So we got 50 hours on basically everybody going into this coming week. So Appalachian State is our next playing game. Yeah. You know what? We should actually sim past this one. I don't know why, but I have a gut feeling that says that we should sim past this one. Because we're going to have UConn coming up, who's 1-8, and then we have Louisiana Tech and Marshall, who we may end up playing. We have a 4-game road trip coming up. Okay, yeah, we should definitely play App State, and we should play Louisiana Tech. That should be a gimme. Right on the dot. Okay, well, let's check our conference standings real quick. Okay, we are definitely up there with Louisiana for the conference championship. How is South Alabama a 0-star prestige? Like, they are just that bad. And Arkansas State is actually not doing I mean, they're doing terrible for their overall, but still. And we're actually the best team in the Sun Belt at this point. So that definitely kicked us out of the playoff at this point. That loss to Georgia State. So we're going to have to play against App State. Appalachian State. This should be fun. Let's get right into it. But, yeah, we're going to be up 14-10 going into the second half. But who knows? We could be exposed to a comeback situation. But we're just going to have to see and find out here. So they did kick a field goal. So it's not going to be comeback territory. It's a beautiful ball, but he doesn't catch it. Lincoln Cure on a poke. No! Okay, thank you. Oh! What the hell was that? And that literally just caught a tipped ball off of Lincoln Cure's hands, and he saved the drive for us. That's actually quite clutch of hitting that, and he lost the football. No. O-line, get to him. And everything is going against us right now. And great, J.C. Evans is getting cold. So we're going to have to go after a quarterback in the transfer portal if we can. Make the catch, Ellis. Thank you. Yeah, get out of the pocket. Run, Evans! Out of bounds. Oh, wait, that's our freshman, Chagosium, who's checking in at running back. Okay, he only got 1 yard there. Okay, what a ball to Lincoln Cure. He's got a first down, and let's just run one more play before the fourth quarter. Come on, get to the line. Get to the line. No, get to the line. Snap it. Snap it! Okay, thank you.
No! God!
Why did you just run away? Malachi James, I was literally dumping it to you. Why did you run away? That route does not make sense at all. He literally just ran away from the ball as I was throwing it to him. Like, why? Why would you do that? This is not going well for me at all. And that was J.C. Evans' third pick of the game. So, and again, I can't run a streak against a too high safety look. So we're going to have to throw it to Lincoln Cure downfield on a crossing route so we can get things going. I'm trying to send Cure on a streak, but I can't run that on a too high safety look. And
nope.
This guy stole the ball away from his receiver. Yeah, 4 picks. I can't deal with this. Okay, we did get the ball back on the front half of the 2-minute. And we have 1 timeout left. No, actually 2 timeouts left. We can't make another excuse to lose to App State here. Like, I am fumbling right now on offense. Like, this is an absolute freaking joke right now. This QB can't throw to save his life. Yeah. Get upfield. Pick up a first down and just don't fumble. Yeah, and even if we do score, all they need is a field goal. So we gotta score very quickly here. Yeah. Just get rid of it. It's a freaking holding call. Why throw it downfield and lose a good play if I know it's going to be a flag for holding? Okay, we got out of bounds with Malachi James, but we got to run a play before the clock runs down. Okay, the clock's not running, which is a good thing. Wait, could we expose the defense real quick? Could we send Lincoln Cure on a streak on 2nd and 8? Oh my god. Bro! His DBs are such ball hawks! Okay, we're definitely gonna have to run down the clock. We're at the 50-yard line, and we can't make any stupid plays here. We have an absolutely cold quarterback that we have to keep going here now. And I need to get rid of this quarterback as soon as possible. Okay, that's Malachi James. He's got an open hole! Up to the 12-yard line. Okay. But they do have all 3 timeouts. So we're going to try to run down as much clock as we possibly can here. Okay. We're at the 7. So we are comfortable with where we're at. So we're going to try and run down as much time. If we do throw an incomplete pass, we're going to see if we can run down as much time as we possibly can. We'll run it down to about, I'd say, 20 seconds. That won't give App State much time. Okay, let's see. 20. Okay. Now hurry it up. 3rd and 2. All right. Come on. Get the snap off. Lincoln Cure. Right there. Just don't drop it. Let's go. We're going to be in the lead. And that's not going to give us much time. What an amazing comeback. We're going to beat App State 20-19. That was some comeback, man. But we're going to beat App State in the end. So, I don't know how I fumbled that game. Like, I should have beat them by a long mile. Like, I don't know what the hell I was doing. But, and at least that game gave us some commits. We got Trevor Dever at wide receiver. We got Eric Gay at wide receiver. Pretty much in good position with our 4 stars here to keep on doing some recruiting as we're going to get into UConn. So we got Trevor Dever. We got Eric Gay. Okay, we still got Calvin Cush in first. We still got everybody in first except for Don Weil. Okay, so we're definitely going to have to go for some guys with 100 hours left. Let's see if we can go after... Let's go after some O-line. We lost all of our O-line. Desmond Grabber, Austin Reese, and then Corlin Speaks with Ezekiel Casa. And then we'll go after some 3 stars if we can. Steven Henderson in his top 8. And we got Kai Gaskin. And you know what? We're not even going to bother scouting these guys. We're just going to go straight to the point. We'll do friends and family on Ezekiel Casa. We'll do it on Desmond Grabber. So we're going to offer scholarships and hope they have raised interest in us as we sim past UConn, which are 1-8 right now, which I do not know how. Okay, yeah, they are terrible. If we lose to this team, then I don't know what to say at this point. I don't know what to believe if we lose to this team. Because we have to play either play Louisiana Tech and then Marshall, I believe, right? Okay, we did get a commit. And it's our 4-star Will backer, Calvin Cush. So we got another 4-star. Yeah, he was impressed by our win against UConn. So we got Louisiana Tech coming up here. And we have one more play game left of the season. So it's either them or Marshall. But I think it's going to be Louisiana Tech. I can trust to play against Louisiana Tech. Okay, the scholarships did in fact raise the interest on some guys, so we'll do friends and family on that. Oh my god. Wait, Iowa State pulled a scholarship. Hold on a second. I literally just noticed that. Iowa State just pulled a scholarship, so we still have a chance to land Don Weil. Hold on. So can we pull a better sell than primetime player? So let's see if we can sway on some things. So primetime player is a CBD. So if we try and sway away on standard... Actually, no. Oh, wait. It needs to offer something along these lines here. So what has a high success rate? Okay, that's definitely better. So you know what? We'll try and sway away house call so we can get that D off our board. And then we'll soft sell on primetime player. So we can get that D off of our coaching grades real quick. Okay, so we'll get into Louisiana Tech. And let's see what we're working with. Okay, a semi better team than App State, but let's hope we don't play like it, honestly. And I keep forgetting to check the stats. I gotta check George Pettaway's stats. Remind me to do that later on. Alright, so Louisiana Tech. We have never played them in any of our rebuilds. Like, actually played them. Let alone went to their house. So this will be our first time. Just like everything here. Okay, they're literally running goal line. Pettaway up to the 1. Wait a second. We can go goal line here. We can go with a QB sneak. And he plunges forward for the score. J.C. Evans. It sucks to have lost Alonzo Barnett. And with a... Okay. Thank God Landon Ellis made that catch. And this wouldn't be a problem if we had Quincy Porter on this team. I said this before this rebuild. It wouldn't be a problem when we had Quincy Porter transfer to us. Like, this is absolutely ridiculous. Okay, this is the 2-minute warning. Oh! Landon Ellis! Holy shit! Wow, way to make an adjustment for that! I literally just chucked it up because nothing was open. And he just comes down with it in double coverage. Like, are you kidding me? Wow, that was by far one of my luckiest throws that I've ever made in my entire freaking life. I don't care if we took a sack there. Like, that is absolutely ridiculous. Like, how come these things don't happen to me in this rebuild? Like, how come it has to happen the other way around? All right, yeah, J.C. Evans has got to take off. And the fact that he shook off all those tacklers so he can just take the hell off. Like, okay, we gotta dump it off to Lincoln Cure. We can't forget about our ace tight end, and we're on the right hash, so we're gonna have to run the stick the other way. Oh, yeah. Come on. Get up! Yeah! Way to take off of my QB. Great. It's got to the point where we're gonna have to run goal line offense. Oh my God! I think Harris is out! Harris is out! This is gonna be 98 yards! He will go all the way! Touchdown, James Madison, 98 yards! Wow, that's actually a record for my longest rush. Oh yeah, baby, it's first and goal. Matter of fact, that running back Harris, that guy actually set the record for my longest rush in this rebuild series, set by Gerard Pringle. In my first episode, matter of fact, that first run was 97. This is a new record, 98 yards. Like, I've never had a 90, and of course, Petaway's hurt. You go figure it'd be bruised ribs. We can pass the ball too, you know. There's Lincoln Cure. And it'll be ball game over. We destroyed La Tech 38-15, and we get all the momentum into the stretch. And yeah, we got another recruit with Matthias Pashos. We also got Eli Curtin, and of course we lose a 4-star free safety to Georgia. And Dom Weil locked us out, unfortunately. Okay, we got our rank back. Beautiful, we got our rank back. And all we gotta hope for is we beat Marshall to keep it. And then we got our conference championship coming up. So we gotta hope to beat Marshall, and we gotta hope to, yeah, of course we lose James Fournette to Georgia of all people. This freaking coordinator always steals our defensive recruits. Like, and we lost out on Dom Weil. He was probably going to commit on South Florida because Iowa State pulled the scholarship. But at least for Desmond Grabber, needs a sell, so we will get to that right away. Anybody else offer them? Yeah, we have to compete with 5 other schools. Okay, let's give the friends and family to Austin Reese. Okay, and then as for Cortland Speaks, try a hard sell. Okay, Coach Prestige. Okay, so Coach Prestige, Conference Prestige. So let's see. I believe it's the claw. No, it's Standard Bear. It's gotta be. And then for Ezekiel Casa, it is gonna be aspirational. Okay, both of which offer the same grade, so yeah, it's gonna be aspirational. And then Steven Henderson. Okay, it's gonna be a hometown hero. And then we need Josh Trueblood, our kicker, to gain attention, so we'll do that. And then same thing for Kai Gaskin. And then we have 45 hours left on everybody. Get into Marshall. We already played our 3 games for the season, and we just gotta hope to beat them, and then we will go into our conference championship. Okay, they are 71 overall, so there is a chance we do lose. Okay, before I forget, let's check the team stats for a second. Let's see the season stats. Okay, he can be on track here. So we need to go for the total season. So assuming that we're going to probably beat Marshall, he's going on pace for 1,100 rushing yards right now and 15 touchdowns. We need to hope that he gets more stats against Marshall as well as more stats in our conference championship game. So we need at least 3 more games to get over 375 yards. That's how many yards we need in 3 games. So we'll check it back again and figure out exactly where to go from here. Wait, we actually lost to Marshall. And we got to play Southern Miss again in the conference championship game. What even was the final? 34-21? What did Petaway even do? He only rushed for 51 yards and then passing. Okay, yeah, it was all J.C. Evans' fault. He threw 2 picks compared to 1 touchdown. So we're gonna need George Petaway to go off here. So we need 325 more yards to get to 1,500, and we need him to go off in the bowl game. That is an absolute given. But then again, this is only 2026. Okay, we did get a commit with Cameron Setter, our 4-star Will Backer, and another one with Isaiah Paris at wide receiver. And we lost Ezekiel Casa to South Carolina. This is great. All right, we gotta have to beat Southern Miss. So we got 12 recruits. Okay, so we're rising up on Desmond Grabber's board. For Cortland Speaks, Standard Bearer was incorrect. That's why. So it is gonna be aspirational. Okay, Kai Gaskin reached his top 5, so we can try and do something here. Hold on a second. It is going to be student of the game. We got Calvin Cush at 4-star. Will Backer. We got Cameron Setter, a 4-star. Will Backer again. And the rest are 3 stars. We don't need any more high scores. This is a conference championship game. We need to get our get back against Southern Mississippi. And one thing's for sure is that we need to fire our defensive coordinator because he is not helping us out at all. So we'll play and try to beat Southern Miss again. But last time we tried to play them, it didn't go so well. It was our conference championship game, which we lost in the game that we won in real life. We didn't get the right opponents, so we're going to have to play this team again and get our get back, possibly. If we want to rebuild this team, we need to do flawlessly and everything. We just need to find the holes that are open. Not get caught up in our double teams as Petaway has an easy touchdown. Okay, we're going to need him to go off. He only had 51 yards rushing the last time, and he already exceeded that total from the first game against Marshall. Okay, we need to get a block up to the second level. We got... No! Get off him! No! Alright, so we at least got the ball back, but it's at the 4-yard line, so we can't get tackled behind the end zone line. Okay. Oh. God, get off of George Petaway. Let him break out. There's always somebody there to greet him. That's what I hate about the Southern Miss team. Whenever I try to run the ball, our formations don't line up to where somebody is always going to greet him. Whether it's the edge to the backside, or when there's holes always being plugged up and we got to throw the ball. And whenever we do throw the ball, whenever our DB gets hit... Wait a second. One high safety look. We actually could take him on a corner against this man. Oh, no, they caught him on outside shade, and there's nobody blocking the D tackle. Wait, is there a flag? Of course, it's freaking holding. Oh, they don't want me to win a natty here. And of course, they take us deep, and they score a touchdown. And of course, we have a minute 36 left to score. You can't make this up. Like, every time I wanted... Oh, that's a nice double cut. Woo! Okay, that's a nice run for Petaway. Let's actually put a cure on the slant here. Want to get hit more vertical. Yep. Wide open. Lincoln Cure. Get upfield. You're going to develop into a beautiful tight end for us. That's a touchdown. See, they're catching on to our offense with George Petaway, and they're blocking up any hole that they can fill and plug up. So we got to be a little bit more unpredictable here. Oh, yeah, he crashed. J.C. Evans. He can run too. Just do not fumble. Wait, no, that's a bad throw. How dare you, J.C. Evans? I am getting rid of his ass as soon as possible because that throw is so garbage. Like, and of course, George Petaway's hurt. Great, that's messed up with his. That messed up his game to try to get 1,500 yards. Okay, at least Malachi James is open on a screen pass. Come on. And now you know why I want to go pick up a quarterback in the transfer portal. Like, I need to go pick up another quarterback, I swear to God. Okay, at least... No! Petaway has 4th and inches! We can go goal in and try to sneak on 4th and inches. Yes! Okay, we got it. I'm going to read the corner, then I'm going to read the... Texas side. Oh, none of them were there, and we have to take a sack. We need a QB, and we need an offensive lineman. Those are our top priorities in the portal. Okay, they're playing man. Oh, come on! So we need to invest in O-line, and we need to invest in a QB in the transfer portal. That's what I'm calling right now. We're going to kick a field goal to go up 17-10. And there's no holes to go through, and they're all plugged up. And we're going to go into the 4th quarter up by 7. On 3rd and 8, we got to get a little more upfield here. Nope. Hold it in, Lincoln Cure. That's a first down. And I know I'm probably pressing trigger way too fast, but, like, I get it. But, like, still, just fill up any holes necessary. Come on, Malachi James. Thread upfield. We need to get a first down and end this game. And whenever I want to run upfield, the hole gets clogged up. And need to remind you, this is a lower overall team than us. This is a 66 overall team clogging up these holes. Like, we can't even run the ball anymore. And it's going to be 4th down and 2. They're going to save their timeout for the 2-minute warning. Okay. Why did I throw it like that? Okay, thank God he was able to haul that in. We got the first down now. It made them use their final timeout. But why did I throw it like that to him? Like, I was supposed to hit Lincoln Cure on the spot, but I instead hit Nat. And that's going to be the 2-minute timeout. And we already picked up a first, so we got to run down some clock. All right, I've been liking this trips bubble screen. So if we can pick up some blocks for Johnson. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, he's got a block. That's a first down. Get around him. Stay in bounds. And let the clock tick down. It's going to be ball game over. We get our get back against Southern Miss. And we're going to go home as Sun Belt Conference champions. Supposed to be for the second year in a row, but in this rebuild, we lost the first time, but still. We're going to go home as Sun Belt Conference champions. Okay, he's going to need to go off for 213 yards rushing if we want any shot. He needs 213 yards rushing to get to 1,500. Is it going to be difficult? Yeah, it is. But if we put a lot of our time and effort, if we do our job here, we will be just fine. And we're going to get the 68 Ventures Bowl against Toledo. Let's see his talent tree. Okay, he is a master motivator. He's also a program builder. Okay. He's also a master motivator. And we're hiring him to be a defensive coordinator as a program builder? I think we should take the chance and offer him. And then we'll get into our bowl game against Toledo. So we're going to try and have Petaway get 213 yards rushing. That is the main goal. All right. The Ventures Bowl against Toledo. We need to walk away with a win here. And we need 213 rushing yards out of George Petaway to complete our side quest. Oh my god. Petaway. First play from scrimmage. He will go all the way. Touchdown. Way to get it. First play from scrimmage. You know what? Since it worked the first time, we're going to try it again out of the trios unbalanced. We'll see how things go from here. Oh yeah, he's out again. But except 10 catches him. And line, come on. How could you not hold your blocks? We want Petaway. That's the main goal. We want Petaway to get the rushing attention as long as these holes don't get clogged up. All right, 55 yards. Oh my god, that's got to be in, right? It is in. All right, we're going to be up 10-0. We're still in the first quarter, too. He's already at 99 yards. Yeah. Find a hole and take it, Petaway. Let's go. First down. And power through. He's at the 1-yard line. But it is second and goal, though. And we're going to be up 10-0 at the end of the first quarter. So our offense is now starting to come together. Okay, good blocks. Petaway's in for his second. Yeah, good thing I adjusted cure over. He's got a bit more yardage, but it's second in inches. I think I should adjust cure over to cover that mic. Yeah. Yeah, that whole left side of the line is basically covered. We just need to get a push forward. That's a first down for him. See, I learned to do something new, like virtually every single one of these rebuilds. Heavy receiver was jammed up. They're not calling pass interferences. Like, it's just... Or illegal contact. Like, it's just unbelievable. You know what? I'm going to send the streak on Johnson. Inside Schaefer Johnson. That's a first down. Easy read. Oh, yeah. Petaway's got open running lane. Easy touchdown. That's number 3. Well, we're still up 24-7, but, like, still, we can't keep on getting toasted like that. Come on. We can't let Petaway get hurt. That's the main goal here. At least that was a good read, and that's a first down, and we can call timeout here. Oh, yeah. Slip away from tacklers. Let's go. We're at 174, and it's not even the second half. I'll get to the outside, Petaway. You are loose. Get out of bounds. 191. He only needs 21 more yards. And he's got more than half of them. Take a timeout. 204. He gets a touchdown. And he's got it. He gets the touchdown here. And he's got 1,500. Okay, that's fine. Alright, well, I thought we were going to get it in the first half, but we're definitely going to have to get it in the second half. At 208 rushing yards for George Petaway. That may give him the 1,500-yard mark if we can get 5 more yards. We get that, and then we can pull him. As long as we don't get dragged, there's only 2. Wait, and that's only 209. He's definitely got it here. That is 1,500. 223 rushing yards later, and he's got 1,500 yards rushing. And I don't think he's done yet. He's going to go until he's tired. There you go, George Pettaway. There's 1,500 yards. We'll check the stat book after this game to see how much he got. I'm pretty sure he did get the 1,500. And once we check it and he did get it, it is side quest complete. Right the hell away, even before we got our natty. Alright, at least that's a first down for Lincoln Cure. That's a nice cutback, and he finally goes down with an injury. So we're going to have to check the stat books and figure out exactly how many rushing yards he got for sure. But I believe with over 240 rushing yards, he's got the record. And Malachi James gets into the end zone for a touchdown to put us up by 23 points. They just got another touchdown. We can't let them blow the lead like this. Okay, yeah, Pettaway is definitely gassed now. And yep, he is gassed. Oh, Jesus Christ, how do you let 96 get to you like that? If he got behind the backer. There's Lincoln Cure, and he's off and running. First down. Oh yeah, and Ellis completely sailed that. Or should I say Evans completely sailed that. Alright, second down and 10. Okay, they blitzed everybody. And Malachi James has got dropped. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to kick the field goal. Abso-frickin-lutely, right on the money. 34-13 against Toledo. And our defense comes through. I swear, we need to invest a lot more into our trenches, like our offensive line and defensive line. We need to invest more in our trenches game. Oh, what the hell? Yeah, we literally just ran backwards. That was a weird sequence there. Yep, and there's nothing they could do. We're up by 21 points, and there's nothing they could do. There you go, J.C. Evans. Run through for the first down there. And, yeah, it's already ball game over. We already know that much. Come on! And that! Into the end zone. And there you go. That's ball game. So we'll check the stat lines. And if George Pettaway just put up 1,500 rushing yards after this game, it's side quest complete. There it is! 1,536 yards. So with that being said, it's side quest complete before we win the national championship. So we don't have to worry about it for the entire rest of the rebuild. So we'll sim ahead to the end of season recap. It was the #1 seeded USC over Georgia. And they went a perfect 16-0 as well to win the national championship. And we gotta give mentions to teams like Tulane, TCU for making it as an 11th seed, Baylor for making it as a 10th seed, BYU for making it as a 5 seed. That's very impressive. Oh, I think we did get him. Because it says James Madison is our new school. Okay, that's completely fine with me. So we were able to get him. That's perfect. Okay, we're not really going to lose all that much, though. And Pettaway is going to go to graduation. But thank God he was able to fulfill our side quest. Let's try it for the impact development. Okay, Russell Keiser is able to stay. Okay, no, Dante Osmond, playing time. Extremely low. Come on. No, we're going to lose him to playing time. Yeah, and there's no other reason why we should go after guys that have very little prestige, very little development traits. But at least we get to keep guys like Lincoln Cure and Malachi James, possibly. Give it 500 hours. Who could we go for? Okay, Deshaun Hayes from Ohio State. But hold on, Michael Thomas is on the board for us. Is there any other wide receivers from New Jersey that we could go after? Or did Quincy Porter, perhaps, get the top receiving job? Okay, so hold on, 3 stars. Because I know Quincy Porter's a 3-star. Okay, so, oh, Desee Jones from the Kansas rebuild dropped us to playing style. But what's his deal? Okay, yeah, we can get Michael Thomas the 3rd from Rutgers. Okay, let's see what quarterbacks are available that we can go after. Okay, Matthew Wilson, Anthony Trapp. Oh, Braden Streeter. He's a backfield creator. Okay, it seems like Braden Streeter is actually a really solid option for us here. I guess it's a better taste of it than J.C. Evans. We can give him a taste of our offense. Wait a second. Is there any 4-stars on the table for us that we could try? Oh, Tyree Adams from North Texas we can go after. And then guards. Samson Okunlola. Okay, from Miami. And then center. Nothing. Alright, so we gotta get a 3-star center. Oh! Amarian Peterson! Remember him from the Arkansas rebuild? Or we can go after Daniel Bray from Rice, who's in his top 8 and he's first interested. Yeah, you know what? Let's actually go after Peterson. Bring a fan favorite back, as well as Daniel Bray. And let's see, tight ends. We already have Lincoln Cure, but we're going to need someone else to compete and develop with him. So we can get Mac Markway from Nebraska. We could get Michael Smith! Also from the Nebraska rebuild. That's an old friend of ours. You remember Michael Smith from the first episode? We could try and get him. Let's see, right tackles, we can get Haywood. And then we can get Michael Roski. Guard, we can get Colin Coverly from Navy. And we can get Jerome Williams. Those are guards. Now we need some defensive prospects. So we can go after... Wait, is there any 4-stars at any of these that we can chase after, perhaps? Okay, there's Yossi Epinesa at edge rusher, D tackle. Okay, so there is Kevin Wynn from Florida State. We can chase him at D tackle. Any corners? Oh, of course, DJ Pickett's not going to opt to pick us. Okay, we can get Ben Hanks Jr., who's a bump and run corner. What about safeties? So we get Carter Davis and then strong safeties. Nothing else. Okay. So let's start at edge. We can get 3 stars. Wait a second. Oh, we only have 2. We only have 2 options left. Oh, DJ Reed. Not the safety DJ Reed, but the edge rusher DJ Reed. Can get him, and then we absolutely need a strong safety, so we're gonna chase after somebody here. Let's go ahead and get Jaden Gould from UCF, or we could go after Drew Surges from Bowling Green. But no, let's get Gould from UCF. Alright, so we're able to put friends and family on everyone except for one. And we just need to hope that the commits start flying in. No, we lost Adams. We lost... Oh, we lost Peterson! Damn. We lost Amarian Peterson. Unfortunately, we lost Yossi Epinesa because we didn't put any hours on him. But at least we still have some 4-stars on the table here. So we just need to offer scholarships to 4 more first interested guys anywhere on this board. So we could go multiple different directions here. We can go strong safety. Corey Costner, a transfer freshman who's a hybrid safety, and he's a 3-star. That's a good pickup there. We can go edge rusher. We'll go 1, 2, 1 at each spot, and then we can go defensive tackle. We can get Kyron. Okay, Kyron Borda has no offers, so we can put an offer on the table for him. So far, we have 12 commits on board. And we just need to hope that these high scores here make up their minds so we can get some hours to get some transfers going. We got Braden Streeter, our potential quarterback, booked already for a visit, so we just need to keep an eye on that one. Okay, he is visiting this week. So is Kai Gaskin. So I think we're fine for now. Let's see how things go. We're definitely going to still want to keep Michael Smith on board. Braden Streeter has a visit this week, so I hope the visit will influence him. Yeah, we ended up losing Kai Gaskin to Minnesota. That was one of our high school guys. So from here, we just need everybody to be in first. We have 145 hours to do it. So that was our high school commit. Yeah, he's in first. He's going to commit. We're edging up on Cortland Speaks. He may commit here if we keep it up here. Henderson, East Carolina has the attention so far. So we have the hours to do it now. And then Josh Trueblood, he's going to commit. Michael Thomas, yeah, he's definitely going to commit. Braden Streeter, we're gonna have to try and best Arizona State for him, but he does have to visit week, so we may end up losing him. Okay, so we're gonna have to go after our first interested quarterback. We could get okay, Connor Moberly is a backfield creator. What other quarterback options are there? Or Josh Holtz, who's a pocket passer. Chikari Williams, who's a pure runner from Syracuse. Or we could get Anthony Trapp from Clemson, who's a pocket passer. Let's get Anthony Trapp. And then ditch Braden Streeter so we can get a fullback. And then we'll go and get our fullback with this pick here. Oh, Adrian Eldridge. But he has no offers. So we need Adrian Eldridge to get first, and then we'll do friends and family on trap. Okay, Corey Costner definitely dropped. Okay, TCU jumped up on him. We can't take a shot at a sell, so we just got to send the house. Damn. Okay, we could definitely take a sell though on Jaden Gould. It's gonna be hometown hero. And then Ben Hanks is in second behind Auburn. He's gonna commit. More than likely. And Kevin Wynn is in second behind Cal. We need to take a shot here. Okay, Coverly is getting edged out by Temple. And then, yeah, Michael Smith's gonna commit. Yeah, Daniel Bray is gonna commit. Josh Miller, matter of fact, he's gonna commit. So we can save some hours here. So we need pretty much all of our cells to hit here. But with Michael Smith, at least, we are going to do friends and family because he is a favorite of ours. And then with Josh Miller, we can do a soft sell on that, and that'll be all of our hours. And then Josh Miller, he is going to commit. Okay, so cross our fingers. We got to hope that Michael Smith is there, and we got to hope that our quarterback, Anthony Trapp, is going to commit. We got Austin Rees. Okay. Josh Trueblood, that's our kicker. Anthony Trapp, we got our quarterback of the future. Kevin Haywood at tackle. Daniel Bray at running back. Michael Thomas, he's a solid receiver option. Yes, we got Michael Smith. Let's go. Michael Smith, welcome back to the Rebuild Series. Okay, Braden Ward. Josh Miller. We invested a lot of our time to this O-line. Okay, Colin Coverly at right guard. Kevin Wynn at 4-star D-tackle. That was huge. And then Kyron Borda at D-tackle. Adrian Eldridge at fullback. Okay, we ended up losing Roski, and then we lost a lot of our 4-star attention. So I wonder how our class is going to be. We lost Cortland Speaks to NC State, even after the scholarship got pulled. And we lost East Carolina here. We lost Roski to Buffalo, Rome Williams to Nebraska, Hanks to Auburn, Davis to Oklahoma, Reed to Georgia State, Gould to Penn State, Costner to TCU. So we got 26, including our quarterback, Anthony Trapp, who's going to be our new starter, and then Michael Smith, and of course, Michael Thomas. We bumped up. We're still in the top 50, and we got ranked number 36 in the nation, with more 4-stars than last season at 4, and we got 22 3-stars. So we had a very, very good recruiting class. Very, very solid recruiting class, including some key aspects at offensive line that we definitely drastically needed to pick up. Okay, so let's take a look at our roster. Starting quarterback is still going to be J.C. Evans, but we hope that Anthony Trapp or Weston Bryant with impact development trait can best him, possibly. Whoever wins the starting job will be the starting quarterback. So running back, we have Daniel Bray sitting at 82 with George Pettaway gone, which is a good replacement for him because he is still a junior. And then we have Malachi James to go in tandem with him. We also have Chagosium at a 72. And then fullback, we got Quentin Dunham with impact and Adrian Eldridge. And then we have wide receivers. Michael Thomas, he will be the starter alongside Dylan Williams, Trevor Dever, and Eric Gay. But David Hiadigbo is going to have impact alongside Michael Thomas, who is going to be a junior. And then tight ends, we have both Michael Smith with star and Lincoln Cure with star, who ended up getting All-American. Congratulations to Lincoln Cure. And then we have Matias Pashos, who also has star development as a freshman. Okay, Xavier Brown went up to a 94. Michael Smith went up 5 overalls to an 87. So Lincoln Cure is going to have to develop a lot of times under Michael Smith coming out of his senior season. Kevin Wynn is at 85 now. Daniel Bray went up to an 84. So who won the starting job at quarterback? It was still J.C. Evans, but Anthony Trapp as championship contender. So does Weston Bryant. Okay, J.C. Evans is Dilberger's playing time, so we're going to have to keep him there, unfortunately. But he did develop quite a bit, which is pretty good. And then running backs. Daniel Bray is an 84. Malachi James entering his senior year is a 78. And then what about the wideouts? 78 with Michael Thomas, 73 with Dylan Williams, and then 69 still with Ehad Digbo. I don't know why. Tight ends. Michael Smith and Lincoln Cure both developed a lot. Oh, 82 overall. That's a really big jump from an 84, from a 76 overall. let's look up our schedule here for 2027. So the only games they have right now here are Maryland, Duquesne, Delaware, and UNLV. So we need to find a way to get those games on tap here. So we have Delaware, we have Maryland, we have Duquesne, but can we get UNLV? Yes, we can. We can get UNLV, and it's gonna have to be at home. We got Maryland in weeks. It should be week 1. So let us actually unschedule the FCS game for right now. No, we're unable to get Maryland. Okay, so we gotta put Maryland up at week 0. So that means we can unschedule Delaware, leave that open, and then we can put Delaware down here at week 3. And yeah, it all balances out here. And then the conference games are unannounced here, so we can just keep these the way they are here as part of the conference games. Okay, so that's perfect for our non-conference schedule, basically. We got Maryland, we got Delaware, and we got UNLV. And we also got the FCS game, which in this instance here represents Duquesne. So let's set up our recruiting board. Let's start chasing after some 4-stars that could be interested. We can get Steven Edmonds as an edge, free safety, and Nick Gilliam at tight end. Let's see, corner, Will, free safety, corner, tight end we don't need. Will, that's it. Edge, strong safety, free, and then Will, we don't need that. Wide receiver, okay. That's our first batch of recruits, is the 4-stars. All right, so let's scout these guys here. Hey! Our first gem, Steven Edmonds at right edge. That's a great pick up there. Okay, and we got another gem at free safety with Enrique Cooks. And look at that, our last guy is a gem at wide receiver with Caleb Kerr. Okay, so we got 175 hours left. Okay, we do need a corner. We can get James Hepburn. D-tackle, we can get Zach Pierce. Wide receiver, we can get Roland Simmons. What's his athlete? Power rusher, that's an edge guy. We're really just searching for 3-stars within the pipelines that we actually need. So, Manuel Hammer, that's an edge athlete. Contested specialist, that's a wideout. Oh, quarterback. We need Larry Kendricks. Rashad Bushell, a corner. We can take that. Right guard, we're definitely going to need Rico Groupie. Thumper, that is a Mike backer. Perfect. Martin Moon at quarterback, we can get him. Scout everybody. Pretty much everybody here. But we just need to hope that the scholarships stay intact, pretty much. All right, so that's it in terms of scouting. But we do have 16 scouted. We have 22 scholarships offered. We have the schedule set. Let's set up going into week 0 against Maryland as an 82 overall squad. And, you know, we're obviously going to have to check the overall matchups for every team and figure things out. So, Maryland. Okay, this team should be very beatable. I mean, they are a Big Ten conference school, so we don't expect to win these out-of-conference games. But during the Sun Belt conference play, we absolutely need to win these games. Okay, so 450 hours we should do is just do friends and family on any of our gems that are interested. And then we should go down the line. Hey, Larry Kendricks, a gem at quarterback. So you know what? Let's move you up to the top of our board here as a 3-star gem and give you the friends and family and leave everybody else guessing. So Maryland. Now, we are a higher overall team to them, but because of the home field advantage, we may get bested here, but we just need to just hope and pray. Yeah, I was expecting a loss to Maryland on the road as a Big Ten school, but I do expect they win against Duquesne. So we're definitely fun on our recruiting board for right now. So let's actually look at the team schedule and figure out what games we should definitely play here. So UNLV lost the game. I think it all really... Okay, we have a rivalry game here with Delaware that I think we should play. And we have the Old Dominion rivalry game, so we definitely want to play that. So Old Dominion, Delaware, and anything in the middle here. So we're expecting a win against FCS Northwest here, which is Duquesne. We're expecting a win. And then we're going to go into Delaware, hoping that we could play that rivalry game. Okay, we got the win against FCS. And then we're going to sim past the bye week, knowing that recruiting is done. Okay, so we got some visits to straighten out. And then we got Delaware. Now that we have visits to straighten out here, so we get Larry Kendricks on board. Okay, so everybody is basically a lower tier opponent. So if we lose, we're done for. So it's looking like Georgia State Georgia Southern's gonna have to be a game that we should definitely play, aside from Delaware. Okay, Travis Aurora is ready. Let's put him on for the Louisiana Tech game. And then Garrett Carrington, no comments, so we can put him on for... He is in third, so we should book him earlier for the UNLV game. And then Zach Pierce is ready. And he does have a column with the UNLV game, so he'll be a presence there. And then Rico Gruppi has Larry Kendricks as a compliment. Alright, so we're going to play the game against Delaware as part of a rivalry game and show off this new team. What do y'all say, ladies and germs? And if we win back-to-back conference titles, we should... As our team gets better, I think we should win. We should go for the three-peat before we do anything. Yeah, we should go for the three-peat before we decide to move conferences. So we're going to get the ball first. Okay, so there's Michael Smith at starting tight end there. But I'm going to see if Michael Thomas can take the burners off of him. Yep. He just took the burners off of him. Michael Thomas, get downfield. He's got it. Touchdown, JMU. Yeah, now I get it. It is a very weak team that we're playing, but we're going to expose them. And matter of fact, we should just be able to just run the brakes off of them. Okay, so we got 4 there. Okay, set the blitz, but there's no stopping Michael Smith when you adjust that route. Easy touchdown for him. Ooh, you know what? He's pressing, so we can change it up. Wait, nobody's covering Williams. We can put him on a fade, and he's gone. Watch this. Oh, yeah. Run after catch. He got it. Nobody was covering him. A very, very smart adjustment by me. Oh, dude. You really sold that pass. All right, just kick our 22-yard chip shot. Yeah, he did not have the leg. And he's going to bring it out. Yeah. Get him down. We're not going to allow a return. And I keep forgetting, too, our kicker is actually a freshman. So his kicking power is not going to be it. Get rid of it. Yep. Dude! JC! Again, why would you sell that? Why would you sell that pass, JC Evans? All right, so that's going to be ball game over. We're going to beat Delaware 20-3. So that was a much needed win right there. So definitely the Old Dominion game is definitely going to have to be a game to play. And UNLV is 0-3. All right, so let's see. UNLV. Yeah, they should be an easy win at home. Yes, we got the win. Let's go. We finished 3-1 in non-conference play. So now we need to get serious. From recruiting to the games. We need to get serious. So we definitely need to hard sell on any of our gems that we can. Okay, let's take off some hours who are comfortable. Hepburn is comfortable, so we can take... And the sell was correct, so we can take some hours off of him. Okay, he's comfortable. So you know what? We should just take the hours off of him and focus on Nick Gilliam. So we just need to keep an eye on our gems here. But it looks like Larry Kendricks is going to commit to Syracuse. Yeah, there's no hope to get Larry Kendricks here. Yeah, he's going to commit to Syracuse. Okay, so we should be fine like this for now. As we sim past the bye week. And then we can fight for other guys like Garrett Carrington here as we get to Arkansas State, which is going to be a Sun Belt game. And our overalls did in fact go up, which is a good sign because we keep on winning. And then finally Caleb Kira is ready for a visit. Let's get him on for the Marshall game. Perfect. Good. Good. Perfect. The clutch was correct. Okay, let's go to App State. Okay, at least Star Search was correct. Same goes for campus personality. Campus personality here was correct. That's perfect. And Roland Zimmons is dropping because of all the offers he's getting. So we just got to hope that any of our 3 gems up top commit. And Garrett Carrington, he is close with Virginia Tech, so we don't have any hours. So it's impossible to fight here for Garrett Carrington. And then what about Tim Priest is still in his top 5. So you know what? We could convert this into a hard sell. All right, so we just need to hope that we get more hours back or get a commit as we get into Arkansas State. So we'll sim ahead past that. I could trust the sim. Okay, we got it. Perfect. We got the win. That's a great showing for him as we get into... Oh, no. The team that loves to beat me, Georgia State. And you know what? I'm not going to sim this game. I should play this game just to prove a point that I cannot trust the sim ever against Georgia State. Because for some odd reason, this team loves to beat me. Okay, Zimmons has to be a hard sell on Star Search. Okay, Lavroni did in fact move up. Azure is already booked for a visit. And our gems are still at the top. Let's hope we can keep it that way. As we're going to play against Georgia State. Not make the mistake ever again and simming against Georgia State. Why? Because this team has such a vendetta against me whenever I sim against them. Alright. Time to take your beating, Georgia State. We can no longer sim against you. Now, I love the thought about getting more creative on offense, especially with the running game. And Daniel Bray gets us into the end zone. So we're going to have to get our beating on Georgia State for always causing us difficulties, especially with the sims. So, you know what? I think we should test Thomas Deep. We should test Thomas Deep. See how good he is. Come on.
Huh?
Come on, buddy. Oh, is that PI? Wait a second, that's DPI! We can decline it! Let's go! We can decline it, that's DPI! Touchdown! Michael Thomas. 14-0. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. But guys, as soon as I found out that I can have both Michael Smith and Lincoln Cure on both of my tight ends, as he just made an insane move for a touchdown. And they finally, oh, they kicked the field goal. I wouldn't say that's worse by any means, but like still, that's a score against us. We don't like it. They sent the blitz. Michael Smith will forever be open on that.
Get off
nice
me!
catch. Get off this man. Michael Smith. I swear to God, man. Michael Smith is such a god. He's helped me throughout my Nebraska rebuild. If you haven't seen that, that's the first episode of my Dynasty series. So you should go check that out. I already said in the intro, I'll put a full playlist down below in the description. So you guys can go check out the full playlist, and you'll get to see all the players that I've used in all my Dynasties. Yep, Smith got behind the defense, and he's got another first down. I love to use my tight ends, and Michael Smith just so happens to be one of my favorites, alongside Lincoln Cure. All right, we'll put Cure on an out here. Smith came off for a bit. Okay, it's going to be... All right, that's a good gain of 4 for Cure. Yeah, Daniel Bray, wide open running lane for a touchdown. And there goes Daniel Bray. Get to the outside! Daniel Bray! Alright, that's a great run, though. Okay, James has, in fact, checked in. So, you know what? I think Thomas is the better speedster. So, we'll check to both fades and see where we go here. Alright, the safety dropped back off at Thomas. Thomas is gone! Oh, he dropped it. Thank God I didn't celebrate too soon. He definitely beat him out there. He just dropped that pass. He's got a great running lane, though, for Daniel Bray. Okay, Ihedigbo. That's a beautiful route there for a first. And that's going to be the halftime update. It really doesn't matter, though, because we're going to be up 28-3. Since we have Smith running that one corner, we can have Cure run that fade route on inside shade. And that's a beautiful ball. What a catch by Lincoln Cure. That's right, guys. We don't just have one tight end. We have 2 good tight ends. And that's a wide open running lane for Daniel Bray. And he's got 9. Oh, yeah. That burst of speed by Bray. He's so close to the goal line. And he's in for the touchdown. Okay, I am recording this as of day 2 of the NFL draft. And I'm looking at my New York Giants. They just selected Colton Hood with the 37th pick of the NFL draft. So, not only did we get Francis Mauigoa at offensive tackle with our 10th pick, not only did we walk away with Arvell Reese, arguably one of the better defensive players in this draft class, but we also got one of the best corners in Colton Hood. So, I'm pretty sure he got taken over Jermod McCoy. So, hold on. Let me take a look at the NFL draft tracker here on my NFL app while I run one more play for a minute. I gotta let my app update here. I know, I'm talking about the NFL as of doing a college football rebuild, but like still, it really does not matter at this point.
Not in my
yeah,
house.
we just had to take a sack there. There was no running lane. I wanted to take it instead of throwing to Smith. All right, so let's see the draft tracker for a second. Okay, where was Jermod McCoy? Jermod McCoy is still on the board. There were a lot of concerns as for Jermod. Okay, yeah, he lost the football. So the Giants took Colton Hood over Jermod McCoy, who goes to the same school as him. That is honestly quite something, as we run it in for a touchdown with J.C. Evans. So, right now I'm looking at this, and I'm seeing that the Niners took Dejon Stribling, a wide receiver from Mississippi. The Cardinals took a guard, The Bills, with their 35th pick, took TJ Parker. The Texans got Caden McDonald, who traded up with the Raiders. The Giants took Colton Hood. The Raiders got Trey Stukes from Arizona. The Browns doubled up on receiver for Shedeur Sanders and got Denzel Boston. The Chiefs got R. Mason Thomas. The Bengals took Cassius Howell. The Saints took Christian Miller. The Dolphins got Jacob Rodriguez at linebacker, so that's a dream pick for the Dolphins. The Lions got Derek Moore. The Ravens got Zion Young. The Steelers got Jeremy Bernard. Falcons got Avion Terrell. So there's going to be 2 corners in that room named Terrell. AJ Terrell and Avion Terrell, who coincidentally, both of which went to Clemson. And then whoever made this latest pick, the Carolina Panthers, they took Lee Hunter from Texas Tech. So yeah, we're currently on the 50th overall pick as of recording this video. As of recording this whole game here. And turns out, you know what? I'm kind of happy with the Colton Hood pick. Because we needed extra room in our secondary. And why did Malachi James just drop that? Honestly, right now, me as a... Oh, God. Just go down. It's gonna be a holding call. And supposedly, NFL.com had Arvell Reese the best prospect graded among the entire draft class, and he went to the New York Giants, which honestly was not a positional need for the Giants. But if you're gonna get the best overall player in this draft class in Arvell Reese, I still think it's an absolute steal at 5. And then you have Francis Mauigoa going in the 10th overall pick. Again, that's an absolute steal. So the Giants actually took 2 really big steals in this draft class by far. As we're going to be up on Georgia State big time. We're gonna, you know what? Let's stop talking about the draft at this point. I was just talking about it because the draft is on right now, the 2nd round. And I wanted to see who the Giants took at 37. And if anything, did the Giants trade for a 3rd round pick, which I don't think they did. No, it doesn't look like they did. So we'll find out later on. They're currently on the 50th pick with the Jets. So we'll see if any team wants to trade with the Giants just so they can get a, what's it called, a 3rd round pick. Because right now the Giants just used 3 draft picks, 2 of them being on defense, 1 of them being on offense. I think all 3 of which being day 1 starters. So I still think that's an absolute steal for me, but in my opinion, it's quite something. And we're definitely going to be looking at a 50 burger here. Oh yeah, that is Williams to the outside, and that's the 2-minute warning timeout, and we are in their territory, close to the red zone actually. So if we get another score here, a touchdown at least, that's a 50 burger. So I need to lock in. We want the 50 burger with JMU. Keep it going, 3rd down. There we go. 1st down. Oh, yep. Okay, that's a good pass out. Michael Smith. Easy for the 50 burger. I'm hungry. Give me a 50 burger. And that will do it of our demolition of Georgia State 52-3. And you know what? I don't care if it's 4-3. Let the clock tick down, and it's over. We're going to destroy them 52-3 and secure our first 50 burger of the rebuild. And J.C. Evans set the single game passing yards record. He had like over 450 yards passing. We still haven't not gotten a commit yet. That sucks. And Daniel Bray got offensive player of the week, 171 yards and 2 touchdowns. But JMU against Georgia Southern. Okay, so Georgia Southern's 5-2. They're 3-0 in the conference, but we do have the home field. Coastal Carolina on the teal turf. App State, Louisiana Tech, Old Dominion, or Marshall. Do we? We already played Delaware, and we already played Georgia State. So yeah, we're going to have to sim through this one. And wait till Old Dominion, which is a rivalry game. So we just got to hope that we can get the win here against Georgia State. We'll check the overall matchup. But meantime, Clyde Qualls is ready to go. And we have a column right here for the Louisiana Tech game. And we know what his case is going to be. Okay, Clutch was correct. Clutch was correct. Okay, yeah, we could definitely do a sell here on Chester Coat. Clutch was correct. Campus personality was correct. That was Clutch. But yeah, we're definitely going to lose him to Wisconsin, though. Because of the Week 8 visit. Yeah, we're definitely going to lose him. And then UCLA, thanks to the Week 7 visit, there is still a chance that we could fight for him. Let's actually schedule Colton Coat because he has more compliments before the Louisiana Tech game. And we're still fighting with West Virginia and Boston College, but the thing is we have a visit week with them. And as long as all these guys down below are still in first place, we can continue to fight with them. So let's see. Let's check the overall matchup for Georgia Southern, which gives us a good view to see if we can actually beat this team. All right, let's cross our fingers. We have visits for this game. So if we win the visits, we could get them on lock. Okay, we got to commit, and that's Enrique Cooks, which is one of our 4-stars. And another one, Nick Gilliam, the tight end. And another one, Rico Gruppi, a 3-star. Okay. But we ended up losing Lavroni. Thank God we got the commits, as we know we beat Georgia Southern. And as we get into our game against the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers. But hey, we at least got 2 4-stars committed. And we got... Oh yeah, we lost on Lavroni. See, oh yeah, Rico Gruppi, the 3-star. We can move him up here. And then Caleb Kerr, we have the hours for a hard sell. Is this week the visit week for West Virginia? Or is it next week? Because if we steal him before the visit week... Okay, it is the day before the visit week. So we can still try and steal Roland Simmons if we beat Coastal Carolina. So we're going to see if we can beat Coastal. Yep, we got it. We got Steven Edmonds. Okay. And we still got Simmons. Okay. And we beat Coastal Carolina. Let's go. It's unfortunate to see, but we ended up beating Coastal as we get into App State. Perfect. We got another 4-star commit with Steven Edmonds, which is another 4-star gem. So we're just stocking up on gems here. Some guys are starting to drop in value, but we do have hours to work with. Athlete, that's a power rusher. Okay, so we can't get this guy for the Louisiana Tech game, but we can do a hard sell to try and get him hometown hero. And then Emmanuel Hammer, we can give him some attention. He's still in his top 8, though, so we can give him some attention. And then, actually, you know what? Let's not give Emmanuel Hammer any attention. He's still in his top 8 because it's a bigger priority. Martin Moon at quarterback, who needs a sell, in his top 5. And he's got Boston College going after him. And he's got a visit schedule. So this should be fine for right now. If we get more commits, if we get more visits lined up, and let's hope we beat App State. Yeah, we should be able to beat App State. But hold on, let's check some of the scores on these games. Maybe we'll find out if they were like absolute demolitions. Okay. So we lost to Maryland 24-17. It was only by 1 score. We beat Duquesne 38-3. We beat Delaware 20-3. We played that game. We beat UNLV 24-17. Arkansas State 46-10. That was pretty big. We beat and played Georgia State 52-3. We beat Georgia Southern 31-10. We beat Coastal Carolina 60-3. God damn. Okay, so our offense is very damn strong. So if we continue the offensive dominance, we should destroy everybody else and potentially get our first rank in a little bit. So as long as the commits keep on coming. And that's another good example. We got Davion Tolson, and we unfortunately lost out on Simmons and Zach Pierce. Even though we did beat Appalachian State, that sucks to lose commits even after you beat the team. But we did get 150 hours because of another 4-star commit, so we'll be fine with that. And then Azura's fighting with Arkansas. We lost out on Zach Pierce, and we lost out on Roland Simmons, who again is a 3-star. But we can give Emmanuel Hammer... Okay, he's still in his top 8, so we can do friends and family and everything else but sent the house. Okay, Rashad Bushell is ready to go. And then we have Jeff Haslam. He's in first place. And then we can finally give Martin Moon the hard sell that we need. Okay, it is week 11, and the visit week did, in fact, influence Martin Moon to go to Boston College. But if we get the sell right, we should be able to get more influence as we get into the Louisiana Tech game before we get into our final playing game against Old Dominion. And eventually, once we fill up our motivator tree, we can start putting more towards our recruiter tree until we unlock talent developer, if that makes any sense. See, Louisiana Tech. Okay, we got another commit in Chester Coate, a 4-star corner. James Hepburn, another corner. Big need there. And we got our rank back as we beat Louisiana Tech. So we're going to play and possibly destroy Old Dominion before we go ahead and try and go. No. Boston College. No. Wait a second. Wait a minute. No. Okay, it is week 12. The visit week already happened with Caleb Kerr. No. Okay, so we just need to keep the sell on him. Okay, we got Chester Coate. We also got, we also got James Hepburn. Okay, so we have 7 recruits committed already. So we're going to play Old Dominion and quite possibly destroy them. Let's actually make this pretty special. Let's change the gold pant alternates for this game. And then for Old Dominion, is there any alternates for them? Yeah, it's these. We'll put these on for Old Dominion. We will go from there. So let's get going. Okay, Old Dominion. Another game that we should potentially destroy. They're going to punt. And we got the 25th ranked team in the nation now. So our goal now is to beat Marshall and keep it that way.
Nope.
Oh my god. We tried to hit Thomas over the top. That was a bad look. Wait! We got the ball back. Oh yeah. Michael Smith. Easy quarter out. Touchdown, JMU. Alright, we get the ball back to start the second quarter, matter of fact. Not even the second half, but the second quarter. Alright, let's see if we can test Williams deep here. I want to get at least one deep shot. Okay. Come on. Oh, way to make that catch! Michael Thomas! What a catch! Dude, that was an insane grab there by Michael Thomas. Oh, what a shifty move there. Right, slant route. Do not let it get George Roos. Easy first down. And a touchdown. Guys, what do you think? Is this another 50-burger opportunity? I think this is another 50-burger opportunity. And we got it. Squeezed right in. Alright, we're gonna nail it out and get to the second half. Alright, and we're gonna get the ball back to start the second half, actually. We'll get to the outside. Daniel Bray! He is gone! A great run by Daniel Bray. Gets us up 24-0. Oh, he was out of bounds? Wait a second. Should I challenge this? Yeah, I think I'm gonna challenge it. I'm gonna see if he had 1 foot in. Let's see.
Nope.
No, he didn't. It was a waste of a challenge. I couldn't tell from that angle, so I had to see. That's a perfect kick. Right down the pipe. Oh, and finally they get their first score of the game. Oh, he lost. Okay, thank God for Michael Smith being there to pick that up for him. Wait, is that a... Oh, yeah, that's not a fumble. His knee was down. Ooh, way to make that catch, Williams. Yeah, Bray will take it all the way in for possibly the last score of our game here. Oh, crap. 1:15 left to go, and there's a chance for a 40-burger. So let's see if Bray can get it again. Yep, he's gonna get it again. That's the 40 bomb. Oh my god. We did it again with 27 seconds left. But there's no shot of getting a 50-burger here because of the time on the clock. Oh, yeah. Outside! Touchdown, Daniel Bray! He's gonna be ruled the player of the game, and we're gonna get the win 48-7 over Old Dominion. An absolute demolition of the Monarchs as we potentially get into our final game of the season against Marshall. All right, we got Clyde Qualls at free safety, as well as Byron Azure at will linebacker. But we lost Kerr, we lost Martin. Oh, we lost Martin Moon. So we're going to have to get a quarterback in the portal. Yeah, we're going to have to get another QB in the portal. But yeah, Daniel Bray, 15 carries, 154 yards, averaging over 10 yards a carry. And hold on, did we? Okay, we are definitely going to take our hand and beat Marshall. But, let's see the team stats for a second. Did we get another 1,500-yard rusher? I'm just curious. 787 yards. They had a split share. And in the passing game, 3,054 yards and 28 touchdowns, but 7 interceptions. That's what messes him up from getting the Heisman. With our team being the 22nd ranked in the nation, so we got a couple more 4-stars to join us here. We lost out on Caleb Kerr. Let's get rid of him. We lost Martin Moon to Boston College. So, Marshall, we can go ahead and beat them, then focus on the conference title game. I mean, there is a slight chance that we get into the playoff, but we'll see. If we can win our conference title game, that would be big. Okay, we got another commit. It was Rashad Bushell, and that was the only thing. And we got the win, and we got the 18th rank. And let's see. Arkansas State awaits us this time in the conference championship. So we have a chance to go back-to-back conference champions before we move on over. So Rashad Bushell moves up, and then if we beat Arkansas State for the conference title, we could influence Dylan Volk a lot more. We will sim ahead, hopefully get more recruits, and then hopefully one to two high schoolers would be the only one we focus on as we get into the portal. Yeah, we ended up losing Dylan Volk to Temple, but at least we can still have Jeff Haslam going into the conference title game. So we gotta hope to get these guys to commit before either the bowl week or the playoff. So we gotta hope to dominate Arkansas State en route to the bowl weekend to hopefully get a shot at the conference title game. So let's actually rep the blackouts for this one. We haven't seen the blackouts in quite a bit, so let's make it special. Let's rep the blackouts for the conference title game. All right, JMU in their third straight conference championship game. In the game, we're 1-1. In real life, we should be 2-0 so far. So we recovered a fumble, and we're almost near the red zone. So we are at a great start. Okay, that was actually a beautiful play for Michael Smith to get into the end zone for the first score of the game. That was actually a beautiful rollout pass and a great way for Smith to get out in time. Beautiful ball. That is Ihigdebo. Let's go. Oh, yeah. Way to cut back. Oh, he's so close. Oh, yeah. That's an easy score for him.
It's a floater.
Run after catch, Thomas. He's got it. Touchdown, JMU. About time I pulled the Kevin Burkhardt call, much like I did with Kansas with Quincy Porter. But this time it's Michael Thomas making that catch. All right. Okay, Michael Smith. We could actually put the toaster on him. Michael Smith. Oh, God, I thought he had it. Oh, what an adjustment by Ihigdebo. Let's go. Off the back foot for Michael Smith. Run through him. Touchdown. Wait. How did Smith come down with that? Oh, but he's hurt now. Oh, well, at least Lincoln Cures did to back him up. Okay, well, at least we got Daniel Bray for one more year as a junior, as long as he doesn't transfer. He'll be our really solid RB option. Oh, yeah. Malachi James, take it to the outside, and he's in! Off the push for a touchdown. 35-0 on Arkansas State in the conference championship. We are ready, perhaps, to move conferences after this year. We're going to move to the ACC, set them up in divisions, put them in the north alongside Boston College, Syracuse, Georgia Tech. Yeah, just get rid of the football. Nothing was there. I mean, going undefeated in conference play and our only loss being to Maryland? That's saying something. On the road, too? That's saying something. Oh, I thought Bray would have had that catch. And they finally get a score. After all that time, they finally get a score. Yeah, they're really playing manned up on that screen pass, aren't they? Yep. And he's going to be in for the score. And there we go. It's going to be ball game. And we're possibly ready to move conferences. I mean, if we make the playoff, that would be awesome too. But still, we are ready to move conferences and advance to potentially our next bowl game or the college football playoff as Daniel Bray breaks out for one more time. And we're going to end this game. Take the knee and take our conference title. So that's our second straight conference title. So now I think we're ready to move conferences and be a part of the ACC North Division, just like we did with Coastal. So we're going to sim ahead in hopes that we can get into the playoff or we can get another bowl game. Okay, we got Jeff Haslam. We're going to be in the playoff! Yeah, oh my God. We drew possibly the worst matchup ever for the first round against Georgia. This is possibly the worst start that we could possibly ever have. But this was possibly the worst draw that we could ever get against Georgia in the first round. You have got to be kidding me. That is just absolute armed robbery. Well, I mean, Georgia's a 94. It's not like they're a 99 overall team, but like, still, like, they're gonna torch us. any chance we get the football. What in the hell, man? And we're gonna have to go to Sanford. So this is gonna be the toughest game that we're gonna play with this rebuild so far. I mean, no shot we get the ball first. So we're gonna be running the ball an absolute lot with Daniel Bray. He's gonna have to get an opening somehow, some way. And that's a great first play from scrimmage. 25 yards. Okay, that's a solid second run, though. Yep. And that DN really did crash. We did get 3 off that, though. Okay, that was a bad throw there. So we're going to hope to hit Smith, possibly. And we got Michael Smith to make the catch. He's going to not take off and be loose. I really thought he had it. But honestly, guys, if we could steal a win against Georgia in Sanford Stadium, like, not only will that be one of the most miraculous things we'll ever do, but I've never been more locked in for a game in my entire life than now, if I'm being completely honest with you. So we're gonna, oh, JC Evans, wide open running lane for the first score of the game. Oh, and we actually made them punt their first drive. Holy shit. So as long as we keep it up on offense, we can set the tempo. Okay, yeah. That's a great run back by Daniel Bray. And hold on, let me do a settings check for a second. I want to show you guys that this is on All-American. Like, oh, my first video. Yeah, this is it right here. I always set all my dynasties to All-American for this rebuild series. Just like in my first ever video, which I'll actually put the intro video in that playlist if you want me to. So that way you guys can see the full rule set and everything. Okay, yeah, that was bad cut to the outside. Yeah, and if we're going to survive anywhere in the playoff, we're going to have Michael Smith be the MVP of the receiving game. Okay, we got 3. And if you want to get anywhere off field, we're going to want Daniel Bray take part in the pass game too. Because that Texas route with Daniel Bray is so deadly, you have no idea. And we're going to be using and abusing our tight ends like it's absolutely candy. As we're going to hit Lincoln Cure over the top. Yeah, I did not like the draw play. Oh, and yep, every time we get hit, the ball's going to come out. Yeah, that stadium pulse is going to go nuts here. Oh, yeah, that's a good kick. Up and through in Sanford. I got the ice in my veins, guys. Okay, they only kicked the field goal with 4:14 to go. So I know for a fact this is going to be a screen pass. Okay, get out, Daniel Bray. That's a first down. Let's keep the pass game tempo going. It's gotten quieter, so we should be able to get to some decent chunks. Oh, never mind. We got dragged from the back. Okay, we got 1. Okay, the pulse went up, but not by much. It's probably going to go up a lot on 3rd down here. Okay, we got it off. Cut back to the outside. Okay, we got 6 off of it. So now the pulse is going to be livid come 3rd down. So we got to pick a play and memorize it. Let's go drive. Yep, hoping Smith's going to be on the outside. Okay, blitz this corner, but Michael Smith's right there for the taking. Easy first down. And if, guys, if we could beat Georgia, that would be an absolute steal of a victory. Because it'll be the first time ever that we beat Georgia. And we're going to shock everybody in the CFB world here. If we could beat... Okay, I set the blitz on everybody, but at least we can hit Michael Thomas for an easy run out for a first down. Okay, that's our second receiver that got hurt. The guy to watch is this guy here. If he settles, give it. Okay, I don't know if he settled or crashed. I couldn't tell. There we go. Another first down for Daniel Bray. Okay, yeah, get off this man, Michael Smith. We're going to use him a lot during this whole playoff. That is, if we can. All right, 2nd and goal. You have to get off so quick. Okay, that should have been a chop block. But I don't know how we got away with that for Malachi James to get in. So we're up 17-7. And it's a turnover! Oh my god, defense! Dude, what is going on, guys? This defense is taking off right now. Okay. We're going to use Michael Smith an awful lot. Run him over. You're a big boy. Either we're running the ball or giving it to Michael Smith. Because he's been the MVP of the entire damn game so far. Okay, back to the NFL draft footage for a second. The Cardinals with the first pick of the 3rd round just took Carson Beck from Miami. Carson Beck is an Arizona Cardinal. Hashtag, oh heck, take Beck for the Arizona Cardinals. Okay, don't let that be a pick. I wanted to read the text out. Alright, so we're going to kick a field goal. Oh, please be in! Yes, it just squeezed in! Alright, perfect. Alright, so they only got a field goal once again, and we're going to get the ball to continue the second half. We got to find other targets other than Michael Smith, as it's Eheg Digbo up for a first down on the crossing route. Okay, yep, Michael Smith on that curl there is fine for second and inches. So our blocks can hold up here. And they do. For Malachi James. He's got a first down. Okay, yeah, we didn't get anywhere. Oh, God, the pulse is absolutely livid right now. But we're going to give it off to Eheg Digbo. Let's go, boy. Up to the 17. We can't let our foot off the gas pedal now. Take any score that we could get at this point. I don't care if it's a field goal or if it's a touchdown. We need to take any score that we can get. Do not let our foot off the gas pedal if we want to beat Georgia. For the first time ever in these rebuilds, we're in this position. And this is in Sanford Stadium, so this is an even bigger deal than you think it is. Where the stadium pulse is top 5 in the entire nation. Ah, damn, we wanted to go check down Charlie there. So Thomas has the out route. I know that for a fact. Out route for Thomas. He got it. He's in. Let's go. 27-6. Up on Georgia. And they just scored their first touchdown. So right now, we can't let our foot off. We got to lock in to make sure we beat these guys. So we're going to hit Thomas for a solid gain there. Let's see what Michael Smith's got out of an empty backfield. Actually, hit the crossing route for Malachi James. Get off this man. Don't fumble. All right, that's one of their guys. So the fake jet to Daniel Bray did not work. Yeah, they're going to play man-up on the screen pass. I can literally see it. Oh, no, they did not. Oh, but the outside corner played, man. And Michael Smith, no! Oh, an ankle bruise, but that's okay. We have Lincoln Cure, and we're going to try and put him more out a little bit. Oh, God, he's confused. Wait. We had him out on the corner, and he dropped it. Ah, you go figure the stadium pulse would do that to us. All right, we can't shake this putt. And that's in the end zone. Damn it. Oh! Turnover! That is so big! With 2:53 to go! Dude, Georgia is absolutely throwing this game right now. And that's their first timeout. Come on, Harry Dog. You shouldn't be dancing. You should be distraught with disappointment. Because the James Madison Dukes are 2 minutes and 48 seconds away from beating the Georgia Bulldogs in the first round of the playoff. This, honestly, was by far one of my best games I ever played. We're gonna knock the socks off of Georgia 34-20 and move on to the second round. An absolute shocker. We're gonna upset Georgia. The 13-1 James Madison Dukes get their get back in the first round and shock absolutely everybody and eliminate Georgia. Dude, that is absolutely massive of a victory. And we're gonna move on to take on UCLA in the Rose Bowl before we see Miami potentially either hit them or BYU in Washington. Okay, so either game it's gonna be tough. So just like we did Georgia, we just have to lock in any game we get. So we're gonna tussle with UCLA in the Rose Bowl. There it is. 4-seed UCLA. I wonder how they are. We gotta see. No, our offensive coordinator is leaving. But okay, looking at the overall matchup, you can see that it's an even matchup with UCLA, and it is in a neutral site. So we gotta hire a new offensive coordinator. Oh, we can get Georgia Tech's head coach. Okay, he is a tactician, which is key. But we lost the recruiting hour a bit because of it as an elite recruiter. Okay, strategist for GJ Kine. What about Willie Korn? Okay, scheme guru. I would actually prefer the tactician. Actually, no. Let's actually... He may be a D+ prestige, but we're going to hire him because of his ability. Because he's a scheme guru, we could tell that we won the games or not. And just for curiosity, who's offering me? Boston College, Buffalo, or UL Monroe. But we're not going to take either job, regardless. Because this is a JMU rebuild. We're staying with James Madison. So, we're going to move to the second round to take on UCLA in the Rose Bowl. Alright, the Rose Bowl against UCLA. A team we've never played before. And they punted to kick things off, but we're stuck at the 2-yard line. But good news for this game is that it is in a neutral site. So there should be no issues when it comes to stadium pulse and everything. So we'll be able to adjust the plays that are necessary. Okay, so there's Daniel Bray. But I guess that other running back was in here because of the formation, I guess. Okay, yeah, that's a big run out for Daniel Bray. Nice cut. First down. We've been going back to the old school roots, just like Arkansas. Just running the damn football. But obviously not with the southern accent. Obviously not. This is going to be similar to the Bowling Green rebuild and the, what's it called? The Arkansas rebuild. We've been running the damn football. But, unfortunately, we haven't been doing a good job at that there, so we're going to have to throw for it. That's a beautiful look. He hit Digbo for a first down, and one of their guys is hurt. Just pick up your blocks. Keep going, Daniel Bray. First down. Okay, now that we're through with Georgia, I feel like we can get a little bit more creative with our playbook in terms of everything else. So, like, we can run more of these, like, screen passes. We can run more of, like, the pass game. It really all depends on everything else. So, like, we're going to have to see how the game unfolds here, obviously. Okay. Oh, Russell Kaiser. I think Michael Thomas can toast him, I feel like. Let's actually put our 2 interior tight ends on pass protection. And then we're going to put Michael Smith on the check down route. We're going to put him on the in route. Actually, no. We'll put him on the drag as a check down. Yep. Smith! Okay, Thomas wasn't open, so we had Smith. That was a great read there. Okay, thank God Michael Smith's back in the game after he got injured at Georgia. Yeah, why take so slow of a handoff? Yep. Let's go. Get your blocks up front. Ehig Digbo! Dive for the pylon! He's in for the touchdown! A beautiful read on that screen pass. And we're going to go up 7-0. 14-0, actually. Wait! Did I just say 14-0? Oh. Malachi James returned a fumble for a touchdown. Wow. So that was a special teams play that Malachi James was on. And he returned a fumble on their side for a touchdown to end the first quarter. Oh my goodness. That is a huge special teams play by us. A very rare special teams score. Like, we never see any of those in our Dynasty rebuild. That is absolutely insane that we just got that on our side here in the second round. So, 2nd down and 7. Okay. Wait, take off and run. Alright, that's a decent enough run back. Okay, the safety is literally collapsing down on Thomas so he doesn't get open here. Wait, you forgot about Ehig Digbo! He's wide open! First down! Way to stay patient, J.C. Evans. I swear, I've hated on this quarterback for so long during this rebuild for him sailing the throws he needed to go in Sunbelt play. And now he comes into the playoff and helps this offense dominate as we give it to Daniel Bray for the next score. And, okay, 21-0 on UCLA. Guys, we could make a deep playoff run here. Okay, yeah, or just get tackled for a loss of 4. Oh, I thought we had him again. Okay, we could hit Bray on the scissors. Okay, or we could have Smith on the... Okay, never mind, he dropped it. Well, I mean, we're up by 3 scores, so it's about time we see what they do. Oh, 2-minute warning, and they punted back to our 8-yard line. Because, of course, they did. Alright, we gotta gain it 2 for a little bit more breathing room, but we're gonna run the trap, see if things can open up. All right, that's fine. There we go. Daniel Bray is hurt, but that means Malachi James can come in. Okay, yeah, that's... We have 2 good running backs for a reason, and Malachi James can put up some numbers too. Let's go. Get to the outside, Thomas. Oh, what a cut! Okay, that's a decent run back. All right, good news is Bray's back in the game, and his health level is actually back to normal, but he can't get a run back now. No, yeah. The outside set the edge. We may have to put Bray in pass protection to give us an extra blocker. Okay, that's their first timeout, which I don't know why they call it timeout. Down by 3 scores. Okay. Our defense did their part. We could run the Ohio Station with 6 down linemen. We're going to try it. And Thomas on the out route. Remember what we're fighting for, boys. This is for James Madison's first national championship in the FBS in program history. And we're going to have to play the winner of Miami and Washington in the 3rd round. If we even get there. We're going to dump it off to Michael Smith. First down. And honestly, all I could say is welcome back, Michael Smith. You were a big help for Nebraska. And I'm so happy we got you for JMU. Oh, yeah. Good run for Malachi James. That's 2nd and 1. Okay. Oh. I thought about going check down Charlie to Michael Smith, but we couldn't get past the Mike backer who blitzed. Come on. Win your individual blocking assignments in the run game now. But let's not forget about our 2nd tight end, who's helped us all season long, Lincoln Cure. And he's still a junior, so in case we lose, we get him for 1 more year. Okay. Yeah. Just get it off. Oh, yeah. Wide open for Daniel Bray. And we're going to be up 28-0. On UCLA! That's another turnover! Guys. I can never be more proud of this defense. I told you. We needed to invest in a lot of defensive guys and offensive linemen, so we can have them open up holes in the run game, and not to mention, as well as open up a lot of opportunities on defense for a lot more guys, as we're going to hit Lincoln Cure, and we're going to go 3rd down and 1, and we'll go power O, possibly. Okay, yeah, they are running a lot of down linemen. Okay, so we're going to switch it up, and then we're going to hit Thomas on the fade, possibly. We're going to drop Brand to pass protection. We'll drop Smith into pass block, and then we will have Cure in pass block. So the only check down route we have is to Williams. Okay. Okay. Come back for it! He got it! Michael Thomas! What a smart adjustment! That was an insane adjustment off a very bad throw. Again, to get Michael Thomas. Okay, and we got back to the line on that screen pass there. Okay. Let's just hit the check down to Michael Smith. We had nothing else open there. Oh, wait. Free offside. So, you know what? Let's change the play up. Oh, wait. Never mind. Damn it. I thought we could take the free offside. We could have taken the free offside, but instead, we'll take our field goal up by 4 scores. Yeah, we'll take our field goal up by 4 scores. He finally realized he was over the line. Okay, finally! UCLA gets their first score of the game, but it may be too little too late. We're still up by 24 points in the 4th quarter. So you know what? We're just going to run out this clock. Alright, Williams. Oh, that's our quarterback! Who's his backup? Oh yeah, Weston Bryan. He has impact development, so he's still a pretty decent quarterback. Nice comeback route. Hold on to it, Williams! Let's go, Weston Bryan! Okay, good news is J.C. Evans is back in the game. And another bit of good news is Daniel Bray extends our lead. And they kicked a field goal with 39 seconds left. So they are basically admitting defeat at this point. So we're going to take our win against UCLA and just run away with this game. And another first down will seal up this football game as we're going to move on to take on the winner of Miami and Washington in the third round of the playoff. Daniel Bray with another solid run that will end his night. All right, let's just let the clock tick down. 4, 3, 2, 1. We beat UCLA to move on to the third round to play either Miami or Washington. Final score 38-10. A dominating effort by the Dukes here in the second round. So let's see who we have to play. And it's going to be Miami in the Orange Bowl, the #1 seed. So technically this kind of is a home field advantage for them. And we got our new offensive coordinator. So in case we lose, 13-1. Wait, is this the 99 overall team? Okay. So I wonder how they got #1 overall. It's 89, 89, 91. Huh. So they look very beatable. But one thing going for them is that they're in their hometown. So let's see how well we do here against Miami. We could shock basically everybody and beat the #1 seed. Even though they don't look like it overall wise. As we set our sights for the Orange Bowl against Miami. Let's go shock some people. And we're going to get the ball second after they scored a touchdown. So we're going to have to go to work against this team. We can't have any injuries this game. We need everybody to be healthy on the field at all times right now. Let's go. Keep staying on the field, Daniel Bray. Oh, yeah, just get it off. All right, let's go. Michael's... Oh, come on! Another damn holding penalty. Yeah, Mr. Duke. What is with all the holding penalties? You tell me, Mr. Duke. Oh, way to hold on to that. He put it down low, though, for Digbo, but it's pretty manageable to get on 4th down. I'm going to watch the flats, too. All right, the flats are covered. So we're going to have to hope he catches it, and he does. Let's get it. I just can't get enough of the double team blocks. Like, we need some people to have singular blocks to get upfield with. Okay. Yep, Michael Smith is the read. We got to make sure he gets involved a lot in this game. We don't want to injure him. We don't want him to be a center of attention. Obviously not. Obviously, we're going to have to spread the ball around because some people do get hurt. All right, Daniel Bray off the Texas route. Easy first. Beautiful route. Make the catch. First and goal for Dylan Williams. If anything, we may have to take it ourselves, but wait, free offside. Why do you think we threw the flag so often? Yeah. Yeah. Free offside. And since we got more than half the distance, we could possibly... We wanted an opportunity on 3rd and goal from the 3 so we could actually accept the penalty. Because, you know, why take 4th and goal from the 1 when you have an opportunity to get... Oh, my controller died. Oh, God. Okay. I don't know why I snapped the ball there. Well, I mean, the whole process, my controller died. All right. So we're going to kick a field goal. Take our 3 points and be smart with it. Okay. So we're set up at the 24-yard line. Okay, we got the ball off. Okay. That's a decent run back. I really thought we weren't going to get the ball off there because we were getting hit from behind looking for Bray. But at least we can look for Lincoln Cure on this ball here. First down. Okay, our first read's obviously going to be the hitch at the Thomas. Then. Oh, yeah. Comeback route. Beautiful ball. First down. Nah, man. Comeback routes. Top tier route. Aside from Texas route. Wait, they set the blitz. Michael Smith's going to be open. Let's go. All right, I got to watch the comeback here. Okay. Smith. Oh, wait. Offensive penalty. Come on. I was nowhere near the offensive PI. What was Dylan Williams doing? I mean, it is first down, but like, why are we doing that? Now we got to make up a... Okay, one of our linemen got hurt. Okay, that made up a good chunk of it. Okay. We're definitely going to have to kick another field goal. Alright. We're going to be down by 1 point. Let's see what they do here. Okay, another field goal, but we're at the 20. Okay, wait for Williams to get around him. Alright. We got to use all 3 timeouts sparingly and wisely. In 42 seconds, and with every first down we get, it freezes the clock. Oh, no! The hand! Come on, Michael Smith, get up. Alright, first timeout. We got 30 seconds. Come on, run through. Second timeout. We don't want to kick another field goal. We want to go for the tutty. We want to go for the lead. And plus, I think we get the ball second. Come on, turn up field and run. Use your legs, JC. All right, keep it going. Ah, tried screen pass on 3rd and inches before. We did get it, and we do have one more timeout left. So we can use it whenever we want here. And get upfield with Daniel Bray. Timeout. All right, that's our last one. So we're going to have to kick the field goal here. Beautiful kick. Easy. All right, we're going to be down by 1. Wait, how did they get the ball next? Wait, did we actually turn it over in the first quarter? No shot. We turned it over in the first quarter. That is just unbelievable. And now we're going to be down by 8 points. No shot. We actually got the ball second to start the second half. This is just unreal, this game. As we're going to hit Lincoln Cure. Just don't fumble. All right, we got a first down. You know what? Keep the ball moving. Wait. Oh, my God. Michael Smith. Come on. Get upfield, Bray. All right. Keep it going. No, Williams, what are you doing? All right, run it to the opposite side. All right, let's go. Okay, that's it. No. Lineman again. No, why did I hit the wrong button. And not only did I hit the wrong button, but I got hit from behind as I tried to throw it. Okay, our lineman literally just got mauled over. That's a beautiful read. Michael Smith is wide open. Get to the outside. All right, we got it up to the 4. All right, Daniel Bray. Let's go. Now get the 2 and tie it. We missed the 2. But good news is our defense came through before the start of the 4th quarter. And we got a turnover. Absolutely huge. That was huge, gang. All right, let's go. No! No! Pick it up! Okay, we got it. Okay. Oh, I did not mean to get that loud, but, like, guys, that a fumble there is very scary. But at least our lineman's there to pick it up, as we're going to hit the crossing route for Williams. Clear as day. Michael Smith. They want to hit us as hard as we can, so we fumble. They want to take advantage of their hits so we can fumble and give it back to them. But we're not going to let it happen. So if we can, we're going to look for Michael Thomas on the comeback. He's got it. All right, let's see what they do here. Okay, wait a second. Okay, they got the touchdown, but they missed the 2-point conversion. So all we need is a field goal with all 3 timeouts. Okay, so we could never be in a more ideal situation here. All we need is a field goal, all 3 timeouts, and basically the full 2-minute drill. Okay. Okay, as long as nobody drops it. Lincoln Cure got through the hands. Just don't fumble. All right, we got the first down. Come on. You know what? Let's run it for a little bit. Let's run it for a little bit. We have time. All right, let's go. We're up to 2nd down and 3. All right. You know what? Keep the same formation. Third down and 3. Minute 6 to go. Come on, Thomas, reel that in. He got it! All right, that's huge. We just need a few more yards to get in range. Oh, way to haul that in. Get up further. All right, a few more yards and we're in range. You still got 48 seconds. Okay, just get it out. All right, timeout. That's going to be our first timeout. No! Timeout again. They sent the blitz on a screen pass. This is not good, guys. We're not in a good position here. Come on. Run upfield! First down! Alright, timeout. Alright, we need to get to the sideline. Okay, why did we even go aggressive there? Come on. Malachi James! Wait, spike it. Spike it. Spike it. Field goal. Up and through! We're gonna beat Miami and move on to the national championship! Holy shit, I was looking for that field goal formation and I was sweating for my life. I knew that when I wasted my final timeout, I knew I was in a high pressure situation just to get the field goal off. But like, that was absolutely insane amount of sweat right there. We're gonna move on to the national championship and take on Florida or Clemson. And we're gonna take on the 10-seeded Florida Gators in the national championship game. And once again, this team is very beatable. We completed our side quest in 2026, which was to get a 1,500-yard rusher. But can we do it? We're going to rot the Blacks one more time for this special moment. Can we take James Madison to their first FBS national championship? We're about to find out as we set the stage into Superdome for the national championship between the James Madison Dukes and the Florida Gators. One of my favorite matchups I've had so far in this rebuild series, as they're going to punt to kick things off. And I'm going to be honest, this will feel similar to Miami, but their offense is significantly better than Miami's. All right, so we're going to find Daniel Bray and pick up a first. We're getting pretty close, though. I don't even know what I was saying there. Okay, yeah, now we got the first down. And this is a very special moment, too. They're wearing the... Oh, my God, not my tight end. I was about to say, this is going to be a very special moment because we're wearing the gold uniforms in the national championship game. Because this is a very special game. Yeah, that's a way to read that for Lincoln Cure. That's a first down. Okay, good news is Michael Smith is back in the game. And his wear and tear is not that great, not that bad either. Oh, I really thought you held on to that, Dylan Williams. Oh, what a grab by Ian Digbo. I really thought I had it intercepted there, but that was a beautiful catch. Okay, let's see who beats who first. Oh, yeah, it's going to be Smith. He's back in the game. The toughest man on the field. Sorry, Lincoln Cure. Yeah, blitz. Beautiful. He got the block, and Lincoln Cure is into the end zone to kick the scoring off. Okay, they did kick a field goal on their first drive. So our defense came through and held them up. So we're going to get going here on our second drive as Daniel Bray has done it again. Okay. Come on. Run after catch. Michael Smith. He's got an open running lane. Michael Smith. 5. Touchdown, Dukes. Holy shit, Michael Smith. That was a beautiful run back by Michael Smith. And we're up 14-3 on the Gators. And we're pretty early into the second quarter, too. So we can keep on going if we have to on offense. Just don't drop it. Okay. Oh, you're so close. Second and inches. Okay, he had to thread himself in between defenders there, but that's okay. We at least got the first on it. I was honestly prepared for the time that we would lose in the first round of the playoff to Georgia and then we would move conferences to the ACC and get more exposure. But the fact that we actually upset them and shocked basically everybody in the entirety of this college football playoff is absolutely absurd. Yeah, just get the ball off. Hold up, D. Held up, let's go! Alright, 2:35 left. And again, there was no open hole there. I actually invested in 2 really amazing tight ends with Michael Smith and Lincoln Cure that I could use in the entirety of this playbook. And I've absolutely loved every single second that I've used these guys. Post route! Oh, God. If only I invested in a quarterback. Or haven't had a quarterback getting stolen from me. Because every time I tried to invest in a quarterback, whether it was in the transfer portal or the high school recruiting board, we had it stolen from us. Like, we had potentially Braden Streeter stolen from us. We had a high school recruit stolen from us. We've had multiple attempts at transfer quarterbacks stolen from us. And we're stuck with this bum here, J.C. Evans. And we were able to take him to a national championship game. Like, this whole rebuild together was just absurd altogether. And we're still up on Florida 14-6. And that's Williams. He's got a first down. Come on, shed your blocks, Daniel Bray. Come on. Yeah, they pulled the full stunted tackle. But come on, Colin Cumberly. Stop getting hurt. Alright, we did get the first down at least. He had to get the ball off super, super quickly, but at least we were able to pick up the first down. Let's not forget about our true freshman, Matthias Pashos. He's got the first down. And we're proud of this young running back, Daniel Bray. Run over him. He's at the 1. And Bray will extend the lead. All right, and we're up 21-6 with 2:38 left in the third. We just got to keep the momentum going. Keep the offense going our way as Daniel Bray cuts back to the inside of his blockers and stop getting hurt, Colin Cumberly. Oh, and I literally just saw that Florida had Bryce Underwood. So Michigan had him transfer out to Florida as Malachi James gets to the outside of his blockers. Oh, but he wasn't fast enough to get out. Yeah, good block. Oh, what a catch! Dylan Williams in the back of the end zone. That was a great play. They go up 28-6, but they scored. And now it's 28-12, but they missed the 2-point conversion. So we're going to be up by 16 points going into the fourth quarter. And I think all we should do now is try and run out some clock. Seal up our national championship. That's all we should do right now. And Daniel Bray is going to help out with that. That's a great block for Dylan Williams. If no one can catch him, he is gone. Touchdown. Ball game. Okay, and now Florida's starting to be feisty, but they keep on missing the 2-point conversion. So now we're going to be continue to go up by 17 points with 2:19 left to go in the fourth quarter. So we're just going to keep running the football and pick up a couple first downs if that's what we need to do. We'll run it out to the 2-minute warning. Yep, we'll run it out to the 2-minute warning. We'll pick a different play, and then we'll possibly get a first down and then seal up our national championship. Oh, come on, Williams! Okay, 4th down and 3. Off the screen. And Michael Thomas is going to seal up our national championship. And as long as we continue to run out the clock, we're going to beat Florida and win the Natty for the first time in our FBS history. First Natty since 2016. But that was an FCS national title, so those really don't count. But it's absolutely worth it. Getting James Madison to this road of glory all makes sense in the end. All right, 4th down and 1. We should kick a field goal. and run out this clock. What do you say? Let's kick another field goal, run out this clock, and take home our natty. We're up 38-18, and now we can run out the rest of this clock and we can celebrate and let the clock tick down a little bit further. We'll go out onto the field one more time, and then we'll count down to our natty. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And James Madison is your 2028 national champion. We're going to beat Florida 38-18 and seal up the Dukes' first championship in FBS history. And there's the final. We shocked absolutely everybody in the tournament to get to this point as we watch Florida go down in distraught. And there it is, Michael Smith, our MVP, handing it off to our coach as he holds it up high and proud to take home to Harrisburg for the very first time. And there's our Dukes mascot. I love that mascot. And J.C. Evans, the guy I've been shitting on for years of this rebuild, as one player of the game. But I think the MVP overall was our running game and was our two tight ends, Michael Smith and Lincoln Cure, as we just won the national championship. And we got to see if anybody got drafted. So we'll sim ahead to the draft results and figure all this out. And we got a first-round draft pick as Zabian Brown and Michael Smith went in the 5th round, where Zabian Brown went in the 1st. It was all worth it as James Madison takes home their first natty in FBS history. So that's going to do it for the Dukes rebuild. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said in the intro, drop your teams down below in the comments alongside your side quests so I can feature you guys next. I got a whole lot of stuff planned, but I want your suggestions first. So, until next time, I'll see y'all later. Have a great day.